All right, everyone. Welcome to the Friday Night Live with the cool specialist, aka I call him the senior specialist. I want to give a quick shout out to my boy Craig Fleming at Fleming's Cleaning. Use code word GWOT 13 to get 10% off your commercial residential cleaning if you're in the San Antonio area. And Fabian, thank you for coming on the show today, dude.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. I appreciate you having me on, dude. I've been looking forward to this. I know we've been kind of talking about it. I think the cool thing between us is we have, a mutual connection with somebody that you actually deployed with. So that was pretty cool for him to put me in touch with you. And now here we are.
Dude, and we're freaking Texas boys, dude. Look, hey, we didn't plan this.
This was not planned.
This was
This was
not
not
planned.
planned at all, dude. So it was meant to be.
Yeah,
100% meant to be.
for sure. I seen your videos probably because I was still in 21 to 22 in the guard,
Okay.
and I saw your videos, like the whole car thing, dude. Like, here's this shifter knob, right, and then you are like this, dude, and you're doing the videos, and I'm like, what is this specialist talking about on here? And then, I mean, you got good points, man, and it's kind of crazy how you putting the phone right here and you're like blowing up, just speaking your mind, but you're doing it like in a respectful way, in my opinion, you know?
Yeah, man. I don't think I'm anything special when it comes to points and views. I think it's more of I'm just doing what everybody's thinking. I've had multiple guys that are like, dude, that's so true. Obviously, I'm sure we'll get into it. Social media, it's a good thing. However,
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of fucked me. So,
Dude, you know what I just found out recently? I think probably about 3 months ago. I didn't know there was a whole battalion of these army influencers, dude.
dude, there's surprisingly so I believe she's at Campbell. That was like the first time I've seen the army push certain influencers, I guess. I believe she's at Campbell. She's some like psyops person where the army's, from what I've seen, starting to push these certain people. Not guys like me.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
too raw. I'm too raw for that. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
there's a lot of fucking influencers on social media, specifically with the military.
Yeah, I know like the big ones is like that Viva La Vargas dude,
Hmm.
Lord of Lips.
Yep.
I really don't know anybody else really, to be honest. It's
I
kind of a
know, like
crazy world.
Barry the Bull. Yeah.
Yeah, Barry the Bull is fucking cringe though. If you see this, yes, I said it.
Dude, I'm not gonna say much. Obviously respect to him. I think he was like a sergeant major or something,
Yeah,
right? So
I
he
got
knows what
respect for
he's.
his rank.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. But so when I started, I always told myself when I get out, I would not talk about it as much. It would kind of be, if anything, kind of like what you're doing,
Yeah,
more of
yeah,
the veteran side, but not. I mean, when you got guys that have been out years and years still talking about the military. It's like, dude, come on. Okay, we
yeah.
get it. You served. We get
Right.
it.
I don't even think anybody cares about my opinion, man. I really just, like you said, I'm doing the veteran thing more as in like, hey, how are the people I know not killing themselves when they get
Yep.
out?
Hmm.
That's important.
Exactly, dude. Yep. Very.
Especially like, okay, so I actually have this discussion with my buddy all the time. He's actually a really good friend of mine now. He's a sergeant major. You
Nice.
probably follow him, the blue core sergeant major.
Yep. Hmm.
And I always try to explain this to him, and I think he's starting to get it now. It's like it's hard when the E4 mafia, right? When I was in, especially, uh, like we would go. I was E3 when I deployed. When we'd go deploy, we'd come back to the cop, and then we'd go like just get into the worst shit in our lives, right? Get shot at, people getting blown up, vehicles, and all that stuff. And we'd go back to one of these main fobs to get our vehicles refitted and everything like that. And like, dude, you just got like HR eating fucking hot chow on Wi-Fi. And I tried telling him like, hey, that's like one of the last images people have, and it's hard to get over that hump, you know, especially when you get out. You know, you're like,
Oh yeah.
I did this, and then you know, but it's tough, dude. It's a tough situation. So I'm glad you're on this side of the alum now. You're the D214 mafia
Oh
now.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I 100% get what you're saying. I feel like specifically with the military, right? It's a fast-paced train, and all the time you're on go, 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 go. Specifically around the time that you were in and deployed, it was go, 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 go. And I feel like the army has a very good way of, I don't want to say making you feel important,
Right.
because you are. But if you're in a team leader in Afghanistan or a medic, like you're pretty important, dude. And then you
Yeah.
you come out into the civilian world where nobody cares. None of the
Nobody.
civilians care. And it's just like, okay, well, you went from this lifestyle of being up here, and now,
Yeah.
you know, the civilians, even now, dude, the state that America's in right now with kind of this anti-military movement kind of
Mhm.
starting to creep up. Now we're like down here now.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's even crazier too is like this is gonna sound wild, and I'm not hating on my people, but they think the Air Force is like top tier, right? Like they're the ones over there. That's what I've in my experience, I've seen that. And our Air Force is the deadliest Air Force in the world.
Yep.
I'm not even gonna compare. I'm just saying
Mhm.
that like they're the ones that are on the TV with the concerts, right? They're always doing like all that stuff, and I'm like, damn,
Yep.
man, this is how society really like views us, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's two different worlds, man. I mean, I've had it where people think, as infantrymen, I tell them what to do. I mean, I ran into a guy a couple of weeks ago at the gym, and
Uh-huh.
it was a chilly day, so I wore my kind of PT unit sweater. As soon as I
Damn,
got
look
in the
at you,
locker,
dude.
nah, dude, that was the only thing I had, dude. I took it off immediately. Took it off
Yeah.
immediately in the locker room. Got in a shirt,
Oh shit, my
and
bad.
no, you're good, dude.
Are you good? Go ahead.
Immediately took off that damn sweater, and the dude comes up because, hey, bro, like you serve, and I'm like, yeah. He goes, you active duty? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm on terminal, kind of. I'm coming towards the end
Yeah.
of things, and he was kind of asking me, and he goes, well, what's your MLS? And I was like, oh, I'm 11 Bravo. He goes, oh, dude, you guys are so fucking badass, so sick. And this guy has no idea, like, the different levels of infantrymen to branches now. I'm not
Yeah.
obviously a GWOT baby. Never went to Afghanistan, none of that, right? I kind of came on the tail end when things started to
Yeah.
shift off.
What year did you join?
I got in August of 18.
Oh
August of 18.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while,
Damn.
dude.
Yeah, I was in Korea during that time. That's crazy, man. What made you want to join? So like I mean, obviously you were 18, right, when you joined?
Yep.
And did you want to be in the army or they were like, hey, no, this the army is my second choice or what?
So I've always wanted to be in the military when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Dude, as a kid growing up, it was watching movies, reading the books, like that lifestyle, seemed really appealing to me. I
Mm-hmm.
had an uncle that, was in the Marines, and I had a great uncle who fought in Vietnam, did, I believe, like 2 or 3 tours in Vietnam. So, and also we had growing up, I didn't know what he did until I was already in the military, but we had a dude next door to us right over here in the army. Didn't really know what he did. Just
Yeah.
knew he was this badass guy. Come to find out he was a fucking SF guy, doing some pretty cool stuff. So that just
Yeah.
attracted me, man. And at first, I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. I was like, oh, dude, fuck yeah, Navy SEALs, this and
Yeah, yeah.
that. And then I got to the recruiter, and I broke my arm as a kid. I
Uh-huh.
should have said no, but I was like, yeah, I broke my arm because, dude, we need these records. And when we're in that process, I'm like, dude, fuck this. It's taking way too long. You got to get the waivers. I was like, I'm just going to the army now. Went to the
Yeah.
army and signed up, and things took off from there.
Yeah, dude. I had asthma. And actually,
Ooh,
if my drill sergeants are watching, I actually snuck my inhaler around basic training.
ooh, that's
That's
tough.
crazy, right?
That's fucking tough, dude.
Dude,
That's
uh,
dedication, now. I
yeah,
respect it.
yeah. I already remember, man. It's some wild times, dude. But I just had to do what I gotta do, man. And dude. I mean, obviously, we're both of Mexican descent, right? You're Mexican,
Mhm. Yep.
yeah. So it's kind of like our career paths are weird growing up, man. It's either like you're a real hard laborer or you kind of
That's all you
not
got.
a lot of Mexicans really go to freaking college right away, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man. It's pretty much two pathways, man, or even three. I mean, I got family that are either, going to school, or
Yeah,
they're in the union doing some type of labor work. So,
yeah,
which good on them because the union's pretty solid.
yeah, for sure. It's good to have those trades, man, and stuff like that. Would you do it all over again, man? Like, I know you just got out, you're still on terminal leave. Like, you've had time to reflect on it, man. Would you
Mhm.
do it all over again? Would you go infantry or would you go somewhere else?
Um, I would, yeah, I would do it all over again,
Yeah,
100%. I think I would do it in a different way. I think with I just wanted to go to war, man, and I just came
Yeah.
in at the wrong time. I mean,
I mean, you can't
the
help
only
when you're born, you know.
yeah, man, and the only difference I would have made is at that time I didn't really know what option 40 was. I didn't know what a SF contract was.
I
That's
agree.
the only
Yeah.
difference I would have made. I would have 100% went Ranger Regiment route, and who knows? You know, I could have still been in somewhere with that, but I
Yeah.
guess we'll never know.
No, I agree with you, dude. My family, when I joined, dude, the last thing we knew about war was like fucking Black Hawk Down, right? So it's
Mm,
like we really didn't talk about Iraq or Afghanistan or frontline this, frontline that. So when I joined, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna be a medic in a hospital. Totally not. Didn't. I mean, I did work in the aid station like my last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, but I was like you, dude. I didn't know anything about being a ranger, being a
yep.
green beret, and yeah, it's definitely tough, man. Like when you have something like that. I didn't want to go to war personally, but I mean, the cards fall the way they do, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you went to Afghanistan in what 13, I believe, right? Something like that.
Yeah. So December 12 to 13. Yeah.
Okay. Now reversing the questions, knowing what you know now, doing your time in the military, would you do it all over again, and what would you change?
All right. So there's only one thing I would really change, but then at the same time, I wouldn't because I wouldn't have my kid. It's getting married after I got back.
Yeah.
I did the private thing, dude. You know what I mean? And I'm not afraid to admit it now. I even tell people that I work with that like, hey, I was not the best human being growing up because of.
Hmm.
I mean, I deployed at 19 years old, so it was rough. And but honestly, probably wouldn't do the army. I would have stuck trying to get into the Air Force. I was really trying to get into the Air Force, and they just were. I went in a weird time, man. Everybody was downsizing. I think this was like during the
Yep.
Obama downsize, and
Hmm.
but, the only thing I really truly appreciate is the boys, man. Like, I made some fucking
Oh
strong ass
yeah.
bonds, and I don't think you get that in the Air Force because my stepson and my stepdaughter are in the Air Force, and
Nice.
they don't have, like, the tightness with their friends.
Do you think it is a branch thing, like a kind of culture kind of thing?
Yes,
Yeah, 100%.
100%, 100% because the Air Force, they don't, like, suck together.
Yep.
I
Hmm.
don't know if that makes
They
sense,
don't.
they
Oh
don't
no, I
like
get it.
yeah, even when I have these guys on the podcast, when they deploy, they pick motherfuckers from different areas, and then
Hmm.
they bring them all to one spot and like, all right, y'all are cool. Meet up a month. We'll meet up like in 2 months.
Yeah.
They meet up in 2 months and then they deploy and then they leave again. And I'm like, bro, what is that?
Yeah, dude. I think it kind of. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna. Obviously, I can't speak on the Air Force, but I mean, if that's what works for them, then hey, that's
Yeah,
what works for them. But dude, I mean, you know how it is, man. I've been in some pretty shitty, situations where you look at the boys and you're just like, damn, this sucks, bro. But we're
yeah,
together. That's all that
yeah,
matters.
yeah. I had an episode on 2 weeks ago. Sergeant Major Love, 37 years, and I told him I was like the only memory I really have was, and I'll tell you where it's at. I don't remember the building number, but off Kasserine on Fort Bliss.
Mhm.
That's where our old headquarters was at, and I remember
Yeah.
mopping the fucking drill pad of bird shit, dude.
Jesus Christ, dude. That's the army for you. That's the fucking army for you,
Yeah,
dude.
I know, dude, and that was like a shitty experience, but at the same time, like, dude, that was fun. Now I look back on my, it is fucking hilarious. At the time, I hated it. Obviously,
Yeah.
hated it.
Yeah, dude. I actually talked to a yesterday, one of my boys. He's in Georgia. We were at Bliss at together, and then we went to Kuwait, and
Uh-huh.
then we went to Campbell together. So
Yeah,
we were talking about this time where we're in like training in Kuwait, dude.
yeah,
First of all, Kuwait, I didn't know there was fucking monsoons there. I didn't know that was a thing. So we
yeah.
went out
I
like
didn't go.
December. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
dude.
It's cold.
Yeah, dude. Cold and rainy. So we
Yeah.
had, you remember the old like Brad tarps that they would throw over the Brads
Mm.
and stuff? We used
Uh-huh.
that as a tent. Dude, I shit you not, dude. It rained so fucking hard on us one night. It felt like
Yeah.
a tornado was out. Dude, we had guys like grabbing onto the stakes, trying to hold on to it so our shit wouldn't blow away. And dude, I just remember somebody turn on white light and was like, "What the fuck, dude?" And then
Yeah.
just all of us start laughing. And we're like, dude, we were out there for a month, dude, and we're like, dude,
Yeah.
fuck this. But it's the boys, man. That's the only
Yeah,
way
for
you're gonna get
sure.
through it.
Do you, so now that so you've been on leave for how long already?
About 50 days, something like
Damn,
that.
okay, okay. So,
Yeah.
like, how do you feel now? Like, it's important for me to you, like, how are you feeling? Because like, at some point, like, it's gonna hit you where you're like, "Fuck, man, I really." It's weird. It's a lot different, dude. It's a lot different.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't really know.
Because 8
So
years,
I
you were in 8 years, right? 8 years?
yeah, about like 7 years and X amount of months, something like
Uh-huh.
that. Um, I haven't really felt a difference yet.
Right.
Um, I feel like the major thing that I've seen is just a major disconnection with people. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I had some really good friends that I grew up with, and then I got back home, and they were doing certain things that there was like high school shit, still doing the
Yeah.
same shit that they were doing in high school, and I'm like, dude, I'm not about this. I'm worried
Yeah.
about progressing in life, and you're still doing this. So I've cut off a lot of people, man. I mean, it sucks, and I might seem like an asshole for that, but you grow up so fast in the military, and
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to cut sling load. But that's the one major thing I've seen as just a major disconnection with people.
Yeah, and, you don't really think about it either when you get like, when you were in, you would go home on leave, and you try to see your friends and stuff like that, and you're like, "Oh, it was good to see y'all," but when you get out fully and you get to hang out with them, you're like, "Damn, these people are fucking weird."
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's literally what it is. Like, and I also think I would always tell my guys too, like, hey, man, yeah, your first two leaves, whatever, go back home. But after that, I would always tell them, do you go take off somewhere else? I've
Mm,
had multiple times where, I drove 10 hours to be here from Fort Campbell, to where I'm at now in Texas, and call up my boy who I thought, was my best friend for 15 years. Hey, dude, I'm home. Come through this weekend. Oh no, man, like come over here. I'm like, dude, I just drove 10 hours to be here. You can drive 20 minutes to
yeah,
come and see me. And, once I saw that, what people are willing to do for you from the boys in the army, and kind of unfortunately, they're being compared to that. The loyalty
yeah,
that I've had with the boys in the army to this, it's a no
yeah,
brainer.
yeah, and that's tough too because it's almost like you would never get it again.
Yep. For most of us, we probably won't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
I,
sucks.
I'm very fortunate, man. I've had the same friends since I was like 12. I have one friend that I've had since 12, and the other friend since I had 15, and they drive to my house and everything. I'm very fortunate. I'll say it 100%. And they're not shitbags either. Like one's a lawyer, the other one's like some big manager and some fucking an HEB.
Yeah.
And so I'm very blessed for that because I don't even really see any of my friends from the army. And I think
Mhm.
that's one of the most heartbreaking things because we're through so much bullshit together.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then one day, like, we all go to different states and it's like, fuck, we'll never see each other again, man.
Yeah, man, that's a cold reality. But the crazy thing about that, I guarantee you, like, we get off of this live, one of your boys calls you. You guys are gonna be talking for a minute. It's like
Yeah.
it's like no distance was ever there. Nothing ever
Yeah.
happened. You guys are still boys. So that's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I even have random dudes like call me 2, 3 hours, dude. And
Yep.
I'm like, I don't even know you. But we were in the army we were in the army, so it's kind of like, oh, we have that weird thing. But yeah, no, I definitely understand what you're saying, man. And I understand what you're going through, especially right now. And then once
Mhm.
you like maybe a couple hopefully it doesn't happen to you where it hits you, you're like, fuck, man, like especially, like, with social media being so prominent, you're like, "Damn, these fucking dudes suck." Like, "This sucks, dude." Like,
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, it should be. I mean, I feel pretty confident. Like I said, I've been basically out for 2 months already, and I
Right.
haven't seen any major changes. I also think it's lifestyle, man. I feel me personally, if you get caught up in the oh, I'm out, I'm gonna have a hard time. Me, I stay busy, man.
Yeah,
Hit
yeah,
the
yeah.
gym, make sure I'm always doing something so I don't get locked in my own mind. And then
Mhm.
that leads to other shit.
Yeah, for sure. Did you, so, w how did you feel like when you were in and you didn't get to go to combat? Because I know you wanted to fight. You know,
Mhm.
every infantryman
Oh
enjoys
yeah.
the fight. You
Hmm.
know, whether it's 2 years or 7 years like you did, but like you, unfortunately, you know your age and you don't really get to you miss most of it.
Yep.
So like, how did you feel like you're like, fuck, this didn't happen for me?
Um, I wasn't so at first, right? We went to Saudi Arabia. I went to Saudi Arabia with First Armored Division. One company, BCO, we split up to Saudi Arabia, and then ACO took Syria. I would have much rather have went to Syria. Obviously, right? Went to Saudi Arabia, and that's where they gave us
Where was
like,
that at, Bliss?
yeah, out of Bliss, yeah,
Okay,
Second
yeah, yeah,
Brigade,
yeah.
yes. So we went out there, and they're like, "Hey, congratulations, guys! You know, this is a combat deployment. Here's your patch." Did the whole ceremony. I just remember kind of like, yeah, I guess. And I had this craving that I wanted to get into a gunfight. I wanted that CIB. It's a very prideful,
Yeah.
infantryman way
It's
of thinking.
romanticized.
Dude, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
And but after I realized, like, oh yeah, like it's probably not going to happen anymore.
Mhm.
Dude, honestly, I was okay with it. I was
Yeah.
really okay with it. I was like, "Hey, man, it just wasn't my time. It went
Mhm.
away. It is what it is." I mean, I know a lot of guys, even the guy that we know and several other guys who, have CIBs and went on, real deployments where they say, "Hey, man, like, don't ever wish to go to war." Like, I understand what you're saying. I was young
Yeah.
too. I mean, I had a sergeant first class one time on staff duty. He goes, "You want a fucking CIB so bad? I'll just give you mine." He goes, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
And I didn't understand what he was saying until later.
Yeah. That's 100% true, and, you know, this is something this is showing my age. I'm probably, like, at least 10 years older than you. Um, but, uh, like, when I was in, they were, like, shit bagging you, like, "Hey, you didn't get your fucking badge yet." Like, it's way different, like, "Look at you, you're on staff
Yeah.
duty. Hey, you don't
Hmm.
want this." But, like, I was a medic. I didn't have my CMB, and my team leader at the time was like fucking just treating me like dog shit because I didn't go anywhere, and that just shows you the difference, you know, which is good. Which
Yep.
is good in my opinion. It's good because like I don't even wish that upon anybody either myself.
Hmm.
I remember I went to Korea. That was during when Trump and Kim Jong Un were kind of talking shit to each
Yep.
other,
Hmm.
and w- everybody was like, "We need to push north. We need to push north." Like to North Korea, and I'm like, "Fuck no, dude."
Mm.
I'm like, "Hell no."
Dude, yeah, I don't know about that one, dude, but I guarantee those were, young men,
Yeah,
that were like, just fucking let's get after it, which, I mean, I think it is what it is. I think it's a generational kind of thing, but also it comes like with an age, of who you get.
yeah, for sure, for sure. You know, it was weird too because like at the end of the tail end when you got in, it was already the tail end of the war, and
Yep.
like you said, the anti-military and foreign places. So like us, what are we doing? We're watching that too, and it's like, damn, we really went over there for what?
Yeah, dude. I specifically with Afghanistan. Again, I never went to Afghanistan. I kind of had the tail end of things. Obviously, we talked
Yeah,
about the Operation Allies Welcome, which I was on that mission twice. Um, so I got to see how specifically like the staff sergeants and above the guys that were in around that time of
yeah,
prime Afghanistan, what they thought about it. And they're like, dude, it's fucked up kind of what happened. Obviously, that's a whole different topic, but they had that same way of thinking of like, what was all this for?
yeah,
After all these years.
yeah. That's what I'm trying to do with the podcast. Be better for the next generation, especially
Mhm.
when the people come out. Dude, like I had this Marine shit on me. He didn't shit on me like a lot, but he was like, "You don't know what the Battle of Fallujah was like." I was like, "Dude, I was 8 years old, bro. I don't like, you know what I mean." And it's just I want to be better for the guys that come out, the girls that come out, and you know, it wasn't always just trying to measure each other and say, "Hey, I did this, you didn't do that," type thing. I don't really. It's what like I say in a lot of my podcasts. My wife deployed the same exact time as me, but she was
Okay.
a flight ops
Yep.
for the Apaches or Kiowas. I don't know. She's probably watching and she's gonna correct me later. But um, dude, totally different experiences, but I don't shit on her for it. You know, like she did her
Yeah.
part. It is what it is.
Well, that's where you're starting to get with like the toxicity of side of the military and even the veteran side, where it's like, oh, well, you weren't here in that place. You weren't here around this time. And I found out, man, I really did find out that most of the guys that say that, well, you weren't over here at this time, like yours doesn't count. So example, right? I had a guy that I know of, right? He did 2 deployments to Afghanistan, with the 101st, this and that. He made this, and they were pretty rough deployments, right? Like he went to Hornets Nest, all that good stuff. And he made it his identity, and he made it to where, well, you got your CIB, in this location, not here. So yours isn't as valuable as mine. We'll come to find
Yeah.
out that dude didn't. We found out that he didn't do anything over
Ah,
there.
damn, that sucks.
Yeah, dude. So he just played it off, and that's what I don't get, man. Like, it is what it is. What are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's the luck of the draw, man. And
I don't get it, man. It's that's why I'm gonna be honest. I try to stay away from the military community, specifically with
yeah,
the veteran side now, because you get guys that just want to shit on you for no reason.
yeah. Oh man, you got me, man. We're good, dude.
Yeah,
What
absolutely.
uh so I'm actually very curious. Like, okay, so explain to me the MSM, dude. I want to know, like, what happened.
Well, dude, it wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
It was not. We got the first initial guys, fucking got MSMs. So at first, dude, it turned. I believe it was like 3 squads first on the mission. So if you've ever been to Donna Ana, that
Okay.
National Guard base that they have out there,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we got recalled, said we're going to go to Afghanistan. Obviously, that wasn't the case. They were like, hey, Frago, we are going to do this refugee camp.
What
Right.
the?
So,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. So we're like, okay, cool. Hey, we're going to have all these refugees come in. We just need to set up the camp. We need to set up the camps and guard post. Cool. Whatever. Went out there. We had like 3 squads
Yeah.
at
You're still
first.
in second brigade?
Yeah, second brigade.
Okay, okay, go
And,
ahead. Sorry.
yeah. No, you're good, man. And 3 squads doing a brigade level mission. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
we were out there. I think there was a point in time where I think we were working like 2, 3 weeks straight, just Saturday, Sunday, just hauling to get this done. MSM came up of the first initial guys there. That's
Mm-hmm.
all it was. It wasn't anything special, dude. It was. I feel like the only reason why we got those is because it was a political fucking mission, dude. As all the eyes, all the generals, the
Yeah.
governors, all the whatever
Yeah.
congressmen that were flying. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy, dude.
Fuck, you got an MSM though, dude.
Dude, tell me about it, dude. Dude, I mean, yeah, that's all that
That's
fucking
some good
matters,
chest
dude.
candy, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. Once I got the memo, and dude, I didn't. The crazy thing, I didn't get that until like, see, 21, 22, until like 2 years later when
Oh
they
shit.
authorized these awards, dude. So by the
Yeah.
time that this memo came out, the CG at that time, Bernabe, I know he was a 3 Corps commander, retired now. All the names came out. I was like, dude, fuck yeah, here, please upload this. But none of us got those awards until fucking 2 years later. All the awards that we got from that.
Damn, dude, you're already like almost probably to Campbell, huh?
Yeah, I was already at Campbell. That's why I needed it.
Oh
Because I had a
shit.
court martial to go back to Bliss, and I wanted to make sure I was squared away. It's a court martial,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I called Second Brigade. I was like, "Hey, dude, I need all these awards from these times. We got like 3 ribbons out of it, so
Damn,
it's pretty cool little things to put on there."
man. So, wow. I don't
Yeah,
want to
did
bring up
it?
the court martial, dude.
No, we're gonna
um,
talk about it.
yeah,
One hundred
yeah,
percent.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, okay, hold on. Let me back up a little bit, though. Let me back up a little bit. Okay, so okay, you were already at Bliss for like 3 years before the refugees came, right?
I was there. Let's see. I got to
Maybe two
Bliss.
years.
Yeah, right around there. I got to Bliss November or December 1st of 2018. So pretty much
Okay,
2019 already.
okay.
So
And you were
I was there a few years.
yeah, and you're just going through the regular infantry shit, right? Like sticks, gate
Yep.
guard type shit, or what?
Yeah. So when I got to the unit, they were just coming back from my brigade was coming back from Kuwait, Kuwait and Iraq.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's where the downtime came in. They just got there before holiday
Yeah.
block leave for Christmas. So, dude, it
Yeah.
was chill. I want to say about 2 months later, that's when we started kicking into team, squad, platoon, all that good stuff.
Yeah. It sucks, right? Like they like for those guys, they don't even get to take like a real break, dude. Like,
Yep. Yeah, dude, they went straight into it, man. And, I was kind of fortunate for those guys to be around because they were still on go
yeah,
already.
yeah.
So, dude, it was good training, man. That training was pretty, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good.
Yeah. You felt like a real infantryman, right? You're like, damn, I can't wait to use this shit in action, dude,
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, hell yeah, like fuck yeah, let's get after it.
huh?
Shooting targets. You know how it
Yeah.
is. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know 2nd Brigade did that because, well, when I was there, it was a training brigade and they had a bunch of
Mm.
like new tech and all that stuff. I don't know if they switched brigades or whatever.
Yeah, so I know they were a training brigade. I don't know when they shifted it to like the full actual brigade, but that's what I did here before I got there. That it used to be a training brigade.
Yeah. Okay, so you're doing that. You're doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. How are you enjoying the army at this point? Like you're like, all right, man, I wanna go to action or the guy how's your leadership? Like are you starting to notice like, damn, I'm being isolated or what?
Yeah, so I mean that platoon that I came to at first, man. I mean it was Bucky fives, man, from squad leader and down, and you already know how that is, dude. It was the fun and games. You guys are the fucking new guys. It
Yeah.
was a lot of fun, man. They, definitely whatever you want to call it, fucked with us. It's part of that process.
It's
So
culture.
yeah, it's the culture, man. So the first, I would say, couple months, we had that culture thing going on, and then this is where the platoon started to shift leadership. Guys started to leave, and
Yeah,
new
yeah, yeah.
guys started to coming in. And dude, that platoon that I had after everybody moved is
Yeah.
hands down the best platoon that I've ever had, all the way from PL down, dude. They were so on top of it, just all around good fucking leaders, both like personal wise, admin wise, and then infantryman wise. Dude, 100% solid. So they showed me a different side of the army of, hey, this is what it's like for a leader to give a fuck.
Yeah.
And we're all boys in that platoon. That was one thing about that platoon. All of us were boys. We all hung out together. No beefs, no drama. So that just made me love that platoon even more.
Yeah. And then so you're training, you're doing iron what we used to call it iron fuck us, but I don't know if they still call it that. Do they still call it that?
I've never heard of that, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. We used to call it that, dude. We did that, I remember, and then we went to NTC like fucking like 3 weeks after it sucked.
Yeah.
Um, but so I mean, like you're joining the army at this point, right? You're like, damn,
Yep.
it's pretty cool, man. Like
Hmm.
you feel tight, right? You feel a good bond, right?
Oh yeah, dude, 100%.
Yeah. And then like, okay, so then the Afghan mission or that shit with the court martial shit happened or what?
So actually, we went to Europe. So March of 2020, Second Brigade was pushing to Europe for that big Defender 2020 mission that the Army had going on. So the Army was sending all these units from across the Army to Europe.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, I believe we were going to Lithuania. So, hey, we're going to
Uh-huh.
Lithuania. We're going to be here, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
We get on the flights. I was one of the first flights to go. So I would say maybe, dude, not many people went. I would say a quarter of the brigade went to Europe, and then COVID broke out. COVID broke
Shit.
out. Yeah, dude, it was weird coming from like looking from the Europe view. It
Right.
shut the entire world down.
Yeah.
Like all of Europe was shut down. We were confined on this one camp, doing
Yeah.
classes all day, man. They wouldn't let us out 6 feet apart in the DFAC, random, medic checks, stuff like that. And crazy story about Europe. Craziest shit I saw over there ever, probably in my military career. So they had like a gate around our camp. It's just a camp in the middle of like this random Poland city,
Mhm.
and all the guys are out there just talking shit with each other, throwing the football around, and there's a group of teens like walking in the street. A van comes by, dude. I don't know what these fucking teens were thinking. Well,
Yeah.
they picked up a rock and threw it at the van.
Oh
They threw
shit.
threw it out the van, fucking hit the windshield, cracked it. Van stops. I don't know what these dudes' problems were. They were trying to fight somebody, picked the wrong dude. Two dudes come out of the van. They start yelling at each other. One guy goes back to the van, opens the back, dude, and
Uh-huh.
he's kind of fucking around with something. So we're kind of just looking like, oh, dude, these dudes are gonna get smoked. This motherfucker pulls out a chainsaw, dude. Pulls out a chainsaw, freaking winds it up, and just
Uh-huh.
starts swinging. Just starts
Oh my
swinging at these
god,
guys,
dude.
dude. And we were
Yeah.
like, dude, what the fuck is going on right now, dude? He swung at one kid, man. Luckily, he backed up. It would have been fucked up to see, dude. I want to say he's probably a foot or two away from this dude's throat, man, just
Yeah.
swinging for the fences at it. But
Right.
yeah, that was a little funny story. But yeah, man, COVID shut down. They're like, hey, we're going back to the States, you know. But hey, there's a mission coming going to Kuwait. We're going to send about a battalion out of the brigade to Kuwait, which we got word while we were there.
Okay, so man, how long were you in what was it? You said Poland?
Yeah, Poland. I was there maybe 2 months, man. It was real
Damn.
short. It was real
That was
short,
weird.
man. Yeah, dude. It was crazy, man. Like I said, we got on those birds. Dude, like a week later, that's when COVID took over the world.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was at NTC when COVID hit.
Mm,
This shit was a wild time, dude. I can only
yeah,
imagine how it was in Europe. I mean, America. Yeah. Dude, what a
yeah,
weird time to be in, huh?
dude. It didn't feel real. It did not feel
Yeah.
real. Like you were just like nobody was outside. Everybody was, away. And then we got back to the States and it was the same thing, at least in El Paso. No cars on the freeways. And I'm like, dude, this feels
Yeah.
like a zombie movie.
Yeah. Dude, it was I'm laughing at it because like when I was in NTC, we had to screen everybody for fucking COVID. They're like, all right, somebody caught COVID, so we got to segregate them and do this. And then when I got back to Fairbanks, it's like fucking negative something. I'm like, there's
Yep.
no way COVID surviving in this, dude. There's no way, dude.
dude,
It was a weird
dude,
time to be
it
alive, dude.
dude, it really was, man. It was just like the world stopped. The
Yep.
entire world stopped, and it was just like man, I don't know. I hopefully we never experience anything
Yeah.
like that
I'm a very
again. It was
personal
weird.
person too. So I'm like, damn, I can't be talking to people. I can't be doing this. It was kind of pretty tough, dude, for me. But I had to go to work every day. Oh, you have symptoms? You have symptoms? It was,
Yep.
I don't know if
Uh-huh.
your medics did that, but yeah, it sucked. So when you get back, right? Okay, you're hearing, hey, we got to go to Kuwait.
Mhm.
What are you thinking? Like, hey, I want to go to Kuwait, or you're just trying to get as much action as you can, or what? I mean, you're a
Oh
young man,
yeah,
right? High speed.
yeah, yeah, dude, something like that. I'm all right. But yeah, no, we I volunteered for Kuwait and Poland. Obviously, we knew Kuwait was kind of a pit stop for guys going into Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan. Obviously, was still a thing at that point in time. Um, so volunteered. We get back, and that's when they start shifting everybody from 137 armor to 16 infantry. They start pushing all the guys that volunteered to go over there. I would say we get back, we did a major lockdown, dude. Dude, we didn't go to work for like a month and a half until that kind of the army and everybody was figuring
Trying to
out what
figure
we're
it
gonna
out.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So just chilling in the barracks, man. Went to 1-6, and right off the rip, I was like, hey, we need to qualify. We need to do another team, and we need to do squad, live fires and stuff like that. So I want to say within about a month or two of getting to the new battalion, we started training to go to Kuwait.
Yeah. Damn. And dude, the tempo's high, right? Like they're like,
Oh
fuck it,
yeah,
like if
dude.
nothing happened, like if nothing
Yep,
happened, dude.
dude. It's literally like, hey man, we got this shit going on. Like we're next out to shoot, which was crazy, man, because they sent two battalions, 1-6 and 135, and then like an attachment, obviously from Brigade HHC, and then the engineers. It wasn't a full brigade. It was just a very small group of people that
Yeah.
got to go over. So yeah, man. I mean, right off the rip, it was everything that goes into a deployment.
Yeah. How was it like transitioning over like from the armor to like, 1/6?
So the thing about Second Brigade, at least, I don't know if it was different for other brigades, is it's still armored, right? It's still Brad's. from 137 to there was honestly, dude, there was no difference. The only difference that 1-6 had is they only had a one tank company. That was it. As for
Mm,
137, they had, I believe it was like three tank companies that they
yeah.
had over there. But this time being 1-6, we had two infantry companies and one
Oh,
tank
okay.
company. Yep.
Cool, cool. And so how's the platoon, man? Like you just had the best platoon, and now you're like you're. Is it the same platoon or what?
So different platoons. So I was very fortunate to have the same squad leader, or one of the squad leaders that was in my original platoon that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
He switched over to 1-6 and was now my squad leader. So it was good to have him, in my pocket. Obviously, somebody by that time I spent, however many months together with. So we
Right.
went over there together, and it was good to have him. Obviously, a familiar face, and got to meet a lot of new guys. But this is where me and the platoon sergeant are kind of, we just got this beef. My platoon sergeant at that time, there was just something there where we had this beef, and this will lead on to the court martial that I'm talking about here
Yeah.
after the Kuwait deployment.
Like like the LT didn't try to address it or anything like that. It was kind of like you guys couldn't
No,
click or what?
yeah, dude, we just weren't clicking. I know the LT at that time. I don't know if he's still in or not, but I mean, he was cool, man. But it was kind of, I don't want to say he was scared to say something, but he
Right.
kind of just let it be. You kind of just let things be. It is what it is, which whatever, man. But I mean, as far as that, I mean, the platoon, I mean, it was still pretty solid at the lowest level, though. It was very separated, man, because squad leaders were here, and then the Joes being us, I was a PFC at the time. All the PFCs banded together. So we didn't really have that 137 of that first platoon where hey, dude, we're all in this together. We're all a family. We're all fucking
Yeah.
boys. To go from that to, hey, you guys are the privates. You guys stay over here. Team leaders over here, squad leaders up there. It was not like that with the last platoon. So it was a little bit of a culture shock.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I feel like I understand what you're talking about because with my first medical platoon, it was like that too. It was like the Joes and then like E5 and above.
Yep.
And
Yeah, dude.
it's definitely tough, man. It's definitely tough. And then but anyways, so okay, so you guys are training to get to Kuwait. What started the friction, I guess you could say, with your platoon sergeant at the time?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I've been saying this for years. I really feel like that motherfucker did not like me. Like that's just the way I feel.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
They just did not like me, man, and we couldn't figure out why.
Yeah.
And I was kind of, whatever,
It's kind of
it
hard,
is.
man. It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, especially a platoon sergeant. Like if he
Yeah.
doesn't like you, like dude, you're screwed. Like, dude, it was just awful, man. I mean, it wasn't as bad as it got eventually later. But I mean, yeah, we just had this beef. Everybody knew it. I didn't like him. I always said, I'm like, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this guy. And I said that from day one. And, we had our history for the next, year, couple years, actually, 3 years. So,
That's tough. That's tough. 2 years of just you knowing that we don't like each other, it's tough.
yeah, dude. I mean, it is what it was. I mean, great infantryman, though. I respect him as an
Yeah.
infantryman. I respect what he's done in the army. Um, kind of whatever, man. So we did that training, and it was time to head to Kuwait. At that point in time, I think I
Cool.
took off. We were training in July, I believe,
Yeah.
middle of July. Squad sticks, fucking hottest time ever. And then by
Yeah.
September, I was on a bird headed to Kuwait.
Damn. And what were you thinking? Like, what did they say y'all were gonna be doing?
So they didn't say much. They just said, "Hey, we're going to Kuwait." We knew ACO was going to go to Syria. That's all we knew. But as for my company, like, hey, you guys are on standby in Kuwait. So we're like, people shit on Kuwait, man. They do, but it
Yeah.
it wasn't that bad. It was
Uh-huh.
hot as fuck. Don't get me wrong. Like it was very hot, but dude, I mean, you got um, Subway. The fucking TFAC is great.
Wait, you
Like
said
you
there's a
got
Subway?
yeah, there's a Subway, dude. They got a
Oh, shit.
Subway. They got a really good like Chinese place not too far away. They got freaking a fuck. What's the ice cream place with 31 flavors?
Oh, Baskin Robbins?
Baskin Robbins. They got
That's
a Baskin
wild, dude.
Robbins there, dude.
Yeah.
They got like a pizza place. So when people are like, dude, it's horrible. I'm like, dude, it's not bad. Plus, you're getting paid extra money.
Uh-huh.
So what are you complaining about? Like
Right.
it was what it was. Just where I
Yeah.
formed a really tight bond with the boys, in Kuwait. I'm sure like it is, maybe in some other places. I mean, your bed is 2-3 feet away from theirs, so you're just all the time with the boys. You eat with the boys. You go to the gym. You basically fucking sleep together.
Yeah.
So it was a cool experience.
Right, right. Yeah. No, I mean, dude, that bond really helps, like that you're basically with them more than like even the people that especially the people that are married, y'all are with each other more than you're with them, and
Yep.
that bond definitely helps, man. I definitely think so. But you said y'all were just on standby, so you guys are just I
Yeah, we're
mean,
just there.
are you guys hearing what's going on in Syria? Like, is it fucking crazy or what is it? Like, I've never talked to anybody that was in Syria. I've not talked to one person yet.
So from the boys that I knew that went to Syria, they got lucky. One of the platoons got lucky and got
Is that a
attached to.
loose term, lucky, or is it like a
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. So apparently, SF needed, I believe it was a fifth group that was out there, needed, a platoon to go out there with. They were hitting targets, and
yeah,
they would send the ACO guys just to set up security perimeters. Nothing crazy, right? They're
yeah,
not doing anything, but at the same time, I would have loved to go to Syria. I would have loved to even set up security for those guys rather than sit and freaking,
yeah,
Kuwait. But I did hear one story that apparently a chief that got sent over there from our unit possibly knew one of the SF guys or something like that, was real cool with the SF guys, and they took that for whatever reason chief out on hits with him. Fucking wild. I don't know how that works.
yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, that was the only dude that really like did anything, was out of all fucking people a chief, which I never
Oh, so
understood.
were they doing like base security over there or something like that, or
Yeah,
what?
base security. They all got to do patrols. I know they're doing a lot of key leader engagements over there, but other
Yeah,
than that, that was it. It wasn't,
yeah,
it wasn't anything crazy.
yeah. It wasn't like kinetic activity over there,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah,
Maybe a
exactly.
little bit, maybe a little here and there, but
Yeah,
okay. So like, you feel kind of unfulfilled from this mission, or what? Like, you're like, fuck, this is like not enough.
yeah, dude. So I felt unfulfilled because I was supposed to go to ACO, which I at first when I got to the battalion, so I would have went to Syria. So now
Yeah,
I'm in Kuwait. So it's like, okay, cool. So we do a gunnery out there in Kuwait. Everybody's out there. We're out there for a month long, and then we start to hear like mid that training, like, hey, we're gonna get pushed to Saudi Arabia. We don't know what, but we're gonna get pushed to Saudi Arabia.
uh huh.
I was like, okay, cool. Well, hey, if it's anything to get out of Kuwait, dude, I'm totally down for it.
So how
So
long are y'all there for before you start hearing this?
see, I got there, I would say December of
It's about
2020.
3 4 months, 3 4 months.
Yeah, right around that time. So, yeah, we started to hear that, man, and really started to get into the training. I didn't, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know we deployed to Saudi Arabia. I didn't
Yep.
even know we had guys out there. So, all right,
Yeah, I
cool.
didn't either.
Yeah, so we came back, man, and kind of waited. I believe we left in January to Saudi Arabia, like
What was it
late
like, dude?
January. Dude, it
Like El
wasn't.
Paso?
Dude, I mean, that's literally what it was. It was just all
Yeah,
fucking desert out there. So we went out there, we pushed out there. They had 3 different locations that guys were at. So one was PSAP, the big air base that they have in Saudi Arabia. The other was like a fob in the middle of nowhere, Jeep. And then where I was at, I got lucky. I got the
yeah,
Navy base, dude.
yeah,
Obviously, a Navy base, super chill, hard structure buildings. Like we're eating the Saudi Arabia's,
yeah,
chicken and rice every day. So it wasn't bad. We were Sec 4 for an 80A unit that was out there. So we got to
right,
work with those guys. And I mean, it was cool, dude. We didn't do much. Nothing crazy happened. I don't think anything crazy happened throughout our
yeah.
time there. So it was just Sec 4 the entire time.
What'd you call it? Sec 4?
Yeah, like security force.
Oh, okay. Whew, man, you got me. Hey, I'm a little older already, man. So, that's funny.
I
Yeah, shout
forgot
out.
you're on now.
Yeah, I've been out for like 5 years already, dude. Yeah, shout out Spino. Thanks for watching the live, bro. But yeah, so you the Navy base is probably tight, dude, with the DFAC and shit.
So we didn't have a DFAC. I guess technically we did. We got
Yeah,
food from the DFAC.
yeah,
I don't know if it was their DFAC. It was some small building.
yeah.
They brought us all that food, and then actually another crazy story about Saudi Arabia is I don't know what happened, but there was like a food shortage or
Oh
something like
shit.
that.
Yeah.
So they weren't giving us food anymore. So we're like, dude, the element that I was with, it was probably two squads worth, two squads
Mm,
worth of people, the PL and PSG. That's all it was. Very small
yeah.
element
What
that
was it,
got to
like
go.
15 people?
Yeah, right around there, dude. So we had our own compound. Wasn't bad. Hard structure. Everybody had their own bed. We had a gym outside. You know, it was very easy to freaking work out. I mean, I wish, but I don't know. Every woman freaking wore all those freaking things. But yeah, man. So we actually went outside the base a few times, and dude, over there was weird, man, because I've seen pictures of Iraq,
Yeah,
and that's the closest thing that Saudi Arabia looks like. At least the city. I believe the city was Kafji. It's not. I
yeah.
believe it's like somewhere on the far east coast.
Is there mountains and shit or no?
Nope. It's
Just
just
flat
flat,
desert.
flat desert. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So wasn't too bad, not bad of terrain at all. And that food shortage happens. We're like, fuck, we need food. We need to go out, this base and figure out which what. So we come across the city about an hour north and grab food, whatever. Dude, there's this really nice
What?
like dessert place.
Yeah.
Uh, really nice marble floors, like fucking silver pans with chocolate. Like, dude, what the fuck is this place? So we went in, dude. Obviously, it's in the middle of Saudi Arabia. You're not expecting a dude with an American accent to say, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And
Yeah.
we just all look at each other. We look at him. What the fuck are you doing over here, dude? Because clearly he's an American.
This fool's
And
crazy.
yeah, he goes, "Oh, dude, like I'm from Louisiana. Like this is my like dessert shop." We're like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing here in the middle of Saudi Arabia?" He goes, "Oh, like freaking my dad was in the Navy and like we made a stop here, so I just decided to stay and I opened up this place." The most like random place you would see an American, he was there. And I was
That's
like, "Damn, dude."
crazy. Dude, so
Yeah, dude, it was
y'all are legit going around Saudi Arabia looking for food.
yeah.
That is fucking wild, dude. So,
Yeah, I
like,
believe it
what are you
was
paying with? You gonna pay with American dollars or what?
so they had an ATM there on base where we could pull out money. I forget what their money's called, but I think like if I'm correct, 100 of ours is
Yeah.
500 of theirs.
Oh, shit.
So it was a pretty good currency rate for us. So we would just go
Yeah.
out. Most of the time, dude, it was fucking fast food, whatever fast food stuff. Nothing crazy. I want to say,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, that food shortage it lasted like a week,
Yeah.
if
What's that,
that. So
Ryle?
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Rio, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that is wild, dude. I can't believe they legit they didn't even have MREs or what?
Nope, nothing, dude. Like nothing at all.
What year was
I don't
this?
even. This was we just entered 21. The
Oh,
very
so
start,
there
January,
could
February.
there probably could have been something with that COVID shipment shit, huh?
Yeah, that's probably now that you say that, that's probably it
Yeah.
because all throughout the base there was a food shortage.
Dude, that's crazy work, dude. So y'all were going out in kit freaking in the towns.
So, well, the thing about that, and going back to freaking why it was weird to get a combat patch from that deployment was,
Yeah.
dude, we took off in TMPs. The only rule if you're gonna go outside this base is cover up your tattoos. Just cover up your tattoos, dude. So every day a different squad had the TMP. Again, the only rule, just cover up your tattoos. That was the only rule that we had that they
No
gave us.
fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you guys don't have to wear your helmet, but when you're on base doing security and shit,
Yeah, obviously, yeah. We're
that is
all kitted
fucking
up and everything.
crazy, dude.
Oh, dude, I also forgot to mention, So where the ADA site is, dude, they were doing some really cool stuff. I got to go in the ADA talk and
Yeah.
see what they're seeing from the radar that was out there.
You're
Dude,
talking
it
about
was
air
sick.
defense artillery, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay. So for everybody's watching out there that doesn't know what ADA stands for, it's what it stands for. But go ahead.
Yep. So the ADA unit that was there, I got to go in their talk one day. I was like, dude, I've never been in here. Like, I want to see what you guys see on this fucking radar that they had. You're like, yeah, sure, dude, look. And dude, it was legit. Those ADA guys and the assets that they have are fucking legit. I mean, they knew there was a couple like rocket attacks nowhere near us in Saudi Arabia from Iran. Dude, they knew down to the exact minute that those freaking things would launch, to how long it's going to take to get to that site, like everything. It was legit, man. Those guys actually looked at a pretty cool screen all day.
Yeah. We stopped at Bagram Field in Afghanistan, the PXL town rooms. They was fucking on that base. We stopped on the way. Dude, that is true. Okay, so before we continue with your story, yeah, when I was in Afghanistan, dude, it was weird. So you had to do the battle buddy system. Like people were getting like raped, dude.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. I'm not saying that's equivalent to whatever the condom, but yeah, I definitely understand. There's gonna be female, what are soldiers, sailors, where airmen. It's just gonna happen, you know. So, but yeah, dude, that is a wild mission that you went on in Saudi Arabia. It's such a weird thing that, hey, we're gonna go out in TMPs in the town, get food, and then come back and then play like we're doing something again, dude. Like,
yeah, dude, that's all funny. It was. Dude, it was funny. And what's even more funnier, so about a quarter mile away from us. So we're like on this road that cuts directly into the ocean. And there's this giant like palace that was there. This giant palace that has beach houses along the side. And I forget, I think it was one of the ADA guys that was like, hey, you know, like don't take pictures of that area. Don't do anything. That's, well, I guess one of the princesses of Saudi Arabia's, one of her palaces is that. And I was just like, no shit, dude. So apparently the princess of Saudi Arabia lived like a quarter mile down from this ADA site where we're pulling Sec 4. So it was really weird, you know? And then, I don't know, man. It was an experience.
How was your relationship with your platoon sergeant during this mission?
It was a little bumpy. It was a little very, very bumpy, actually. I stayed away from him the best I could. I feel like no matter what I did.
Of course, I've done monkey fuckers, dude.
Dude, no matter what I did, I could not impress that guy. Like, I just wanted to be a good infantryman to him. And it just was not working out. Like, I was the little Sec 4 shit that I had. I made sure I was on top of it, teaching the new guys classes, being physically fit. Just was not impressing him, dude. I feel like he always had something to correct me on.
Yeah. Were y'all like having words, or like was the tension getting worse?
Yeah, by this time he chewed my ass like a lot of fucking times.
Yeah.
So actually, before that, rewind back to Kuwait, dude, I had to work my ass off to get E4. I had to work my ass off to get.
Thinking you're like past 2 years, right, or no?
Yeah. So by this time, I was already past, but unfortunately, some shit happened like before. Right, whatever, got flagged for something, for a totally different situation. Ended up, nothing came about it. Whatever.
Oh, were you flagged, and then that's why your platoon sergeant didn't like you because you already had that thought about you, maybe?
Well, I don't think he knew yet what happened at the previous unit, because by the time I got to 1-6, the new battalion where he was at, that situation was already over.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So then I got there and I'm like, hey man, like I understand, like I'm still fucking PV2 at this time, but I've been in like this long. I have, you know, this much fucking training. I'm not a new guy, is what I'm trying to say. I'm like, you know, a senior PFC. Whatever, not a big deal. Not a big deal, but way different than a PV2. Right. And dude, yeah, man, he made me work for PFC to get wavered. And then he made me work for E4. Dude, it was crazy. It was really crazy. I'm like, dude, you're making me work for these ranks.
Right.
that are automatically given to you. And that was my biggest problem with him. I'm like, dude, there were certain things, leadership wise, I didn't like that he did either.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, at this time we started to bump like very clearly words are being exchanged,
Right.
and so on.
So like, and everybody's noticing like, hey, there's tension between these two guys and everything like that.
Yes and no. So I feel like it was more of I was doing wrong. Platoon sergeant's right. If he says you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong.
Yeah, that makes
That's what it
sense.
was.
It's like
Yeah.
the
So,
respect your elder type shit.
dude, that's literally what it was.
Yeah.
And I was kind of whatever, right? Saudi Arabia was cool. It was a nice break away from, all the other higher ups, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, I was in I forget how many months in Saudi Arabia. I want to say like 3 months, something like that. It wasn't very long.
So you did like what, 8 months total over there, or what?
Well,
Like
so it
with
was
Kuwait
split.
and Saudi?
Yeah, it was about 9 months. Nine
Yeah.
months total of total time.
Right. Right. Um, you pack your bags thinking you're about to go to combat, and the next thing you know, you're guarding a Burger King.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
Yeah.
No fucking shit.
Okay, so how do you feel though? Like now, I mean, you got a rotation under your belt. You've been in the army almost damn near 3 years,
Yep.
and you're like, hey, like the retention's coming up to you. Hey, you want to re-enlist, and you're like, fuck, I really don't have a plan or what. Like,
So I wanted to reenlist. I reenlisted when we got back from Saudi Arabia in like April, maybe
yeah,
May, somewhere around
uh-huh.
that time. Got back to Camp Buren, and I was like, okay, dude, all I had was deployment. I just wanted deployment. That's it. I want to go to Syria or Iraq because at that time, that's when the withdrawal started to slowly happen with, Bagram and stuff like that. And I was
Yeah,
like,
this is
dude,
what month
this is summertime. I would say like May,
of
May
21?
of 21. Yep.
Okay.
So right away, I'm all right, cool. Freaking, I'm ready to re up. So I ended up re upping. I was going to go to Germany.
Oh wow.
Yeah, re-up for Germany. Did the whole re-enlistment ceremony there. Went pretty good, man. I was like, okay, like I got a taste of. We had like, I just wanted combat, man. That's all
Yeah.
I wanted was to go to war, and we actually had a PSAP. I think it was. There was like a drone strike. Nothing crazy. C-rams went off, destroyed whatever drones that were coming from Yemen. That's why we were there. It was kind of like also a show of force for Iran for the Houthis launching rockets,
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia, whatever. So I wanted that taste. I was like, you know what? I also want to live my life too. I want to go to Germany. So re-up for Germany, man. And by this time, deployment was starting to wind out. This is
Hmm.
where we get into the start of why the court martial kicked off. So I guess they had like a surge in Kuwait. So they had this giant ship, dude, that pulled up, and it was nothing but ammo that was going to be distributed through all of Sitcom. So we're there working gate guard detail. Hey, only authorized personnel on this ship, whatever, nothing crazy. Well, I start to notice in this detail that my taste is going away. Like I'm having really bad migraines. Like I just feel nauseous and sick.
Right.
So I bring it up. I'm like, hey, doc, I'm going to pull you outside over here. I'm like, hey, man, I don't mean to alert anybody, but I can't taste shit. I was
Yeah.
like, I thought maybe I was just sick, but it's been a couple days. I can't taste anything. I got bad migraines. Okay, cool. Let me hit up platoon sergeant. Takes my temperature. It's like 103. He's all right, dude. Like, yeah, something's wrong. Let me hit up platoon sergeant and see if he can get you back to the barracks. Cool. Whatever. He hangs up with platoon sergeant, comes back to me, goes, hey, man, you're not going to like what I have to say, but this is coming from platoon sergeant. I was like, what is it? He goes, we need a core temp, the silver bullet. And I'm
Oh
just
my
like,
god.
dude, I just look at him and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, yeah, like he's saying this is SOP for all freaking, yeah. I've heard that a couple times.
Yeah.
But yeah, he goes, yeah, freaking whatever. He told me to do it. I was like, fuck, Doc. Are you fucking kidding
What,
me? He goes, hey, man.
dude? Your fucking doc said that.
Yeah.
I'm not
So I
hating the
guess.
guy. I don't know the guy, but come on, bro. You're supposed to be the. Anyways, go ahead. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So go ahead.
So the part was apparently this was authorized SOP from the PA that we had in our battalion. So it's kind of like, okay, like I guess whatever, right? So I'm like, look, Doc, like fucking make it quick. Fucking, we're gonna go in this building, whatever. If this is SOP and it's coming from this captain, right? That's the PA. Then
Right.
it is what it is. Fuck it. Ended up doing it, right? I didn't want to do it. Fucking whatever. Took the fucking thermometer, and he goes, "Yeah, dude, fucking same temp." He goes, "Platoon sergeant's on its way." Cool, whatever. Platoon sergeant pulls up. He goes, "Yeah, I heard you're sick." I'm like, "Yeah, like I haven't been feeling good the past couple of days."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Okay." He goes, "Hey, we need another core temp for confirmation or to confirm."
Stupid.
Freaking
Yeah.
so they made me, long story short, they made me do another one. And I
Okay.
was just like,
Wait,
are you
did he
guys?
do it or did your medic do it?
So he made the medic do it. He goes, Doc, like we need a confirmation that his temperature's what it is.
Right.
So he made the doc do it. By this time, it's my platoon doc. Platoon sergeant rolls up a company doc, mind you. There's a whole nother story, but me and him kind of already had beef too. We just didn't like each other, right? He was a cocky
Yeah.
fuck.
This the
Um,
senior line medic, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
Right.
he was a cocky fuck. We had like some words exchange at the live fire that we did, and whatever, right? And long story short, he makes that medic do another core temp on me, and he goes, "All right, let me see the temperature." He goes, "Oh, dude, you're fine. Like you're at 98 point fucking whatever." And I'm like, "That's crazy because the past like 3 temps that I took, I'm sitting at 103, and I
Yeah.
know my temperature didn't drop. Whatever, right?" So, dude, I want to say 4 days later, there was a COVID outbreak inside the barracks that we were in, and I get tested, and surprise,
Yeah.
pop positive for COVID. And at that time, man, it was the 2 week quarantine by yourself.
Yeah.
Um, so I went to quarantine by myself, man, and just in a tent by myself. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
was a
No.
secondary one, man. And I start to hear things about what this platoon sergeant is saying. And he starts saying, kind of threatening the platoon, hey, I know you guys are acting like you're sick to get off this detail. We had night shifts, so it sucked real bad. We were
Right.
sleeping all day. He goes, if you guys are really sick, I'm gonna do to you what I did to Solis. Like he was threatening this silver bullet to the entire platoon,
Right.
and he was bragging about it, man. Stuff like that. Whatever. I get out of quarantine, and it starts to me and him really start to fucking butt heads, dude. Like just disagreeing on things. There was a message that came out that pretty much him saying that you know he did it to me and how he was happy about it and stuff like that because he didn't like me is
There's
what
a
he did it
text
for.
message of this.
Yep. Text. All the text
What?
came out.
I know
Yeah,
you got a lot of respect for him, but he's a fucking idiot. Like,
dude.
dude,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
go
He
ahead. Yeah.
he's dude. Again, whatever. So fucking dumb. He was bragging about it.
Yeah.
Whatever. This whole shapiel. And now we're on our way back to Kuwait, and I let my squad leader know. I'm like, hey, dude, this is fucked up. Like, that's fucked up what he did. Like, I was really sick. I'm not trying to get out of fucking work, and he did this just to make fun of me and because he didn't like me. He goes, hey, man, as your fucking leadership, like, this is sharp worthy. He goes, if you want to fucking report him, by all means, what he did was fucked up. So
Yeah.
I will have your back on this situation. Cool. Unfortunately, didn't report him because at Kuwait at the time because we would have to go back to the States, which is out of their command at
Take
that
care,
point
big
in time.
dog.
So yeah, man. Went back to the States. We did a full quarantine, 2 week quarantine. I was kind of on my mind like, dude, I'm 100% gonna sharp this guy.
Yeah. So for people that are watching, sharp is sexual harassment. I don't remember what is it. Sexual
Assault, sexual harassment, assault,
reporting
response
something.
prevention, something like that.
Okay, okay. It's the Army sexual harassment program. That's basically what it is. Every company has one. So
Yep.
go ahead, continue.
Yeah, man. So we get back to the States, and by this time, super chill. I'm kind of waiting on my moment to report it. I want to say we get back late June.
Yeah.
We get back to the States late June.
Right.
So, right, doing our thing. And obviously, the withdrawal is about to happen. We start seeing all the videos of what's happened at Hamid Karzai International Airport over there, like how chaotic it is and stuff like that. So, I want to say, yeah, what was it? August 13th, I believe the suicide bomber
Yeah.
killed those service members. And the crazy
Yeah.
thing about that, those same Marines, different area, were in Saudi Arabia too. So that Marine platoon was in Saudi Arabia before us, and then they got pushed to Afghanistan. They were in Kuwait at the
Right.
same time as us in Saudi Arabia. So I was like, dude, what
Yeah.
the fuck? All those dudes just got blown up. So all the world is focused on H. Kaya. I'm taking a road trip to Roswell with a couple of the boys, doing our thing over there, just getting out. And we all get text, hey, fucking recall. Like this Afghanistan thing's fixing to kick off. We need volunteers. Pack your fucking A and B bags. It looks like we're going. And dude, we turn around so fucking quick because we're like, dude, fuck yeah. Like, let's get after it. Whatever. And I want to say a day later, that's when the Frago mission of, hey, we're gonna build this camp.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, as we start building that camp that we talked about earlier, my platoon sergeant steps out to be a guest OC at NTC. So by this time, dude, again, the beefing was out of control.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, dude, I wasn't scared, but I was cautious. I already know how that goes when you report a senior leader, like a sergeant
Yeah.
first class. He's buddies with everybody in this fucking battalion. I know how it goes.
Right.
And I just didn't want the weight of the world on my shoulders. And, I was like, fuck it. This is my opportunity to report him. And as soon as he left for NTC while he was there, reported it. Actually, I went to Sergeant Major about it. He was fucked up, man. He was like fucking people in the platoon, like fucking one of the docs too. Like he was just an overall piece of shit. He was doing things in the platoon.
Wait, you had female docs, right, in the company?
Yep.
Okay. I
Yeah.
was
So
making sure, I'm not saying that he was gay or anything. I'm just saying, when I was in, we didn't have female line medics. So go ahead.
oh yeah, dude, it changed a lot for sure, dude. Freaking. But yeah, man, I ended up talking to Sergeant Major about it. I was like, hey, he's doing this. I feel like I'm being targeted, which he was fucking targeting. Dude, they were just fucking with me, man.
Yeah.
Like by this time I moved squad leaders, right? And that squad leader, my squad leader, new one, was like fucking buddies with them, man. So I was just getting fucked at both levels.
Right.
Dude, so I'm like, fuck this. Report him. By this time, the refugees are already there. It's prime time Afghanistan refugee mission. And I report him. Sergeant Major actually was like, hey, dude, you need to report this. As your Sergeant Major, I'm telling you what your options are. Moved me companies, man. They moved me to ACO. So now I'm with those guys. I knew a lot of guys, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Report him, man. They moved him to, I believe, like Brigade HAC. And long story short, man, that whole investigation, you know how it is, whether it's founded or unfounded, starts to kick off, and it's founded. They were like, hey, like, he fucked up. Dude, all the texts came out, like all the people speaking up for me, like, hey, he said this because of this. All the supporters and stuff like that came out, said what they said. And they gave me the option. They're like, hey, dude, so you can either send him to get a field grade Article 15.
Okay.
You can send him to a separation board, or we can go court martial. And I'm like, fuck this guy. I'm like, we're going court martial. So yeah, man,
Oh
that
shit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, dude, it was
You had his career in your hand, dude.
dude, and he was I believe he was like 17 years in at that point in
Uh-huh.
time, like going on
Fuck.
18. So he's right there.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it was this is when I get extra. So I didn't know the sharp program. If you're like a victim, they can extradite you to another base.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so well, actually rewind. Germany, my orders got canceled for Germany.
Cause is it because of this?
Not really. It has something relating to do with this. So the what's that word I'm looking for? Dude, we use it in the army all the time. Starts with the reprisal. The reprisal was so bad, dude. Dude, we had like people threatening to find me, like to fucking hurt me and fucking this and that. So my sergeant major got wind of that and actually made me move barracks. He goes, "Hey, dude, I'm the only one that knows you're here." He moved me across on pretty much on the opposite side of the brigade footprint. "You're gonna stay here, dude." Like all these senior leaders just fucking hated me.
Yeah. Is this
Looked
when
down
you're
upon
like,
me.
do you start speaking out about this shit or no?
As far as what to like
Like on your fucking socials. Like, is this when you started blowing up already or no?
no, so TikTok wasn't even in my mind. So
No?
made no
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So made no video. So I was like, okay. Um dude, it got bad, man. I mean, the reprisal got bad, the threatening got bad.
So
I
you
always
got
felt
other
like
NCOs like threatening you and
yep.
shit like,
Mhm.
dude, wow.
Yeah, dude, we had one
Wow.
NCO who was a supporter of me hanging out with, somebody that was best friends with that platoon sergeant
Yeah.
and kind of told him like, "Hey, dude, we need to find Solis in his barracks room and fucking do whatever, dude." It got bad, man. It got real bad. So what did I do? I was like, I need a fucking gun because I don't know if these guys are gonna fucking come after me, especially a 17-year sergeant first class. I'm
Yeah.
taking his career away. Buy a gun, had it in the barracks room, right? Not supposed
Right.
to do that. Whatever, had it in
I
my fucking
understand though.
dresser. Yeah, dude. So had it in there. Long story short, we come back from Afghan mission one day into work day. You know how it is. All right, everybody in the fucking basketball court that they have in back of there, company formation. I'm like, oh shit, dude. I'm like, fuck, man. I go to my PL. At this time, I was a squad leader. There was really no NCOs throughout the battalion,
Yeah.
especially in my company. So I had to do your squad leader. So I was a squad leader for a few months, man. I really enjoyed that. And I'm like, "Hey, sir, I'm not going to be your squad leader anymore." He goes, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm like, "There's a gun in the dresser and it's right there. All you got to do is open up that drawer and my Glock is in there." He goes, "Why the fuck do you have that?" And I told him, which he was already tracking, as my new PL.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Fuck, man." He goes, "I'm not going to say anything, but just hope they don't find it." So long story short, they ended up finding the gun, ended up getting flagged, and my orders got canceled to Germany. And I
Yeah.
got like a local Gomar, which isn't really fucking, it's nothing, right? As soon as
Yeah.
I leave this place, it's going to go away.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that happened. Once I
Damn.
reported him, they moved him, and I was still in 1-6, so it was kind of whatever. Didn't really see him much. I just had to go to a lot of CID interviews. They were interviewing a lot of people,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So what did they say about the gun? Like, hey, why did you obviously they're gonna question you about it. Like you're like, hey, it's because I was fearful of my life. And
Yep.
I mean
Yeah.
there's evidential proof that you're being threatened too, you know?
Yep. I mean, that's what I told them. I was very honest with them. I was like, "Look, man, this is what's going on. Like, if these guys come my way, like, I'm not gonna fucking die over this, dude. Like, if they're gonna come here,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to fight, dude." I mean, they were understandable. That's why I really feel my battalion leadership, who obviously were tracking the situation, pushed for local Gomar. Dude, they could have
Yeah.
field graded me. They could have done so much more, but they gave me pretty much a counseling.
Yeah. Damn. Man, you're going through a lot of shit, man, for a young
Yeah.
soldier, dude. Like, what, you're 4 years in and you're going like,
Yep.
dude,
Yeah. All through this
all
shit.
this because of some fucking platoon sergeant, man. And It's crazy, dude. So much longer are you at Bliss still? Because I want to know what happened with the court martial, dude. I really do.
Yeah, so let's see. I left Bliss November of 22.
Yeah.
So expedited transfer to Fort Campbell. Knew a lot of guys over there. One of my best friends who was, on the Kuwait deployment with us was over there. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm going to head straight towards you. Cool. Expedited transfer. See, November of 22, I got to Campbell, or correction, December of 22, I got to Campbell. March of 2023, so just a few months later, the court martial happens.
Yeah.
So Campbell at that time, they were going to Europe. So as soon as I got to my battalion in 1st Brigade, they were already sending guys out the window. I wanted to go. I was like, fuck it. It's Europe. I was already supposed to go with my previous orders. I can make up for this. Yeah. So they didn't let me. My battalion held me for a few months. They were like, hey, you need to worry about this court martial situation. You're not going to deploy. I was like, okay, rear D. I've never been on rear D. Like, fuck it. Yeah, super, super chill. Let's do it. Court martial time comes, man, and get everything suited and booted, head back to Bliss. And by this time, I totally forgot to mention the company medic that, the senior line medic or whatever.
Yeah.
He was guilty of shit too, because he was also telling Doc to do what he did and stuff like that. And he was basically doing what the platoon sergeant did, bragging about it, talking about it, whatever. Dude, so him, yeah, dude, they found them both founded on my case. So they're both guilty. They're like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, well, turns out that E5 medic requested, I forget what chapter it is. It's a specific chapter that you can take in the Army if you're in lieu of a court martial. So it's pretty much, I don't want to go to a court martial. I want to get out the Army. That's exactly what it is.
That's
so
smartest thing he's done so far. So
yeah, dude. So the cool thing about that, man, I was the approving authority. Dude, it was cool, man. Like, it was really cool. I mean, it wasn't cool to have that power, but they did what they did. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this guy. I want the platoon sergeant. So I signed off on his chapter, and dude, they got him out quick, man. Within like a couple of weeks, he was out the Army. Like, it was fast, man.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, dude. Fuck that.
So wait, where's like the court martial building on Bliss? Do you know, like, general area? Don't know, like, not no building numbers or that shit. Like,
so it is close to the BLC Academy.
Oh, okay, by the library.
Post. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So it's in that area.
So what's it look like? What's it feel like, dude? Like, I'm curious. I haven't talked to anybody that's done this, dude. So what's it like? Dude. Hey, senior specialist, fucking rocking MSM, dude, going in.
Yeah, I felt good, dude. I was like, at the same time, I was like, okay, like, I don't think he knows I'm at Campbell yet. I kept that very under wraps. And so we go, right? The way a court martial goes is they prefer you to be there. I think it was like 4 days before the actual day of the court martial. So flew out to El Paso, got to stay off post at one of the freaking hotels, actually by Teddy's. I don't know if you know what that is. Dude, you already know, you already know where I'm going with this. Yeah. Right? During those couple days, dude, I went there, a couple times after the day. But yeah, dude. So staying, in a hotel by myself, my advocate, is driving me back and forth to base. So, dude, they're just prepping me. Hey,
dude, is it like a real legal shit? Like, hey, they got a defense, dude. They got okay. So you're the prosecution, I guess, right? Type shit.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So get there a couple days earlier. They go through everything. It's pretty much just a refresher, because by this time, dude, the case is already damn near almost 3 years old.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a long process to get to a court martial. And dude, which was crazy. He goes, dude, you want to know something crazy about this court martial? I'm like, what's up, dude? He goes, dude, everybody around the world is coming to this. I'm like, the fuck do you mean? He goes, dude, they called people from like other countries to come to this fucking court martial because it's such a unique fucking case. Dude, they brought like somebody, like some PAN from Africa to come to the court martial. They brought Leavenworth majors to come down. They subpoenaed everybody that submitted evidence. Like they brought a lot of fucking people, even dudes that were out, because it's a federal court. So yeah, it's in the army, but federal court still has the power to subpoena you even if you're out. So yeah, man, we get there and they're basically prepping me. I'm looking at my interview, getting a refresher of everything. Took 3-4 days. I had to write a victim speech.
Right.
So it's like a page of what I wanted to say. And day of the court martial comes, I'm nervous. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Obviously, yeah, man, that's reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was like, because dude, I don't know if I was scared of this guy, but I was very cautious. Like I was very,
you're still nervous, right? Like, cause like this guy still has the because we're taught the authority shit,
Yep,
so you still kind of have that. You still have that on your mind, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And so the good thing about it, a dude who was subpoenaed he was the only one that came to my court martial. And because by this time, he took a plea deal. So a day before, I really feel they wanted a plea deal because they knew they weren't going to win. So
the defense wants a plea deal, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And then you said somebody that they subpoenaed came.
Yep, he came to my court martial. So I guess he had like a girlfriend there or something. So he was in the army. He was actually an E6 and then he went chief. So he was all chiefed up. He was the only one that was there for me because when I approved the plea deal for it, because crazy thing, I didn't know about this. It was weird them telling me this, dude. I remember like the Leavenworth majors talking to me. They were like, hey man, just so you know, since it's going to sound fucked up, but since you were penetrated, this is now a rape case.
Yeah.
They were like, you're a fucking rape victim, which at that time I didn't know. I was like, okay, sexual assault, whatever. So now he's being charged with rape.
Yeah.
And it was like, so he took that plea deal because I really feel he knew he didn't have a chance at it, man. And I approved of it. He got charged of 3 different things. So the day of walking into the court martial, it's more of like a sentencing, I guess, rather than a court martial. Dude, I remember just being upstairs. He was downstairs. My team came in. Like, hey, dude, like he's downstairs. Like we're fixing to get this rolling. I was all right, cool. Like the chief, the dude that was with me, really cool guy. He was trying to calm me down because I had all this anxiety, man. This is 3 years of, shit stress. Finally ending. Yep, exactly, man. And I had to hype myself up. I remember walking past the door and I saw him. I was like, oh, dude, fuck. I had to hype myself up, dude. I was like fucking slapping my chest. I'm like, dude, just something to get me hyped up. I was all right. I'm like, you guys ready? You ready? Cool. Walked straight in. We looked at each other, and I just remember he looked gray. He looked like he aged. Dude, some other shit happened to him. I guess his wife found out about this and ended up leaving him with the kids and everything. He was a piece of shit husband anyways. Yeah, dude, he was, dude. I can
sounds like a piece of shit. He's a human being,
all around, dude. And I can talk about him now because obviously he's out. But yeah, man. So I walk in, and I just remember like gray, and then we sat down on the side of him, and they
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's standing. What's that?
Was that a name drop?
Of what?
No, never mind then. Okay, go ahead, continue. I thought you dropped his name. I was like, I don't know if that was a name drop or not.
It was fucking Patrick Myers. That's his name. I'll say his fucking name. I can say his name. Patrick Myers. I can say that now.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, he lives in Missouri. But yeah, fuck. Freaking yeah, man. So I'm sitting on the side of him, and the court martial kicks off. The judge starts saying shit. My defense starts saying shit. The prosecutors, their whole thing was to bash me and make me look bad. So they brought up all these counselings, of course, that were not true. They backdated counselings on my ass. I got into a fight at the last day of deployment, dude. literally hours before we were gonna go home, like 2 hours before we were gonna go home, I got into a fight. They ended up using that against me, and by this time, TikTok kind of kicked off for me, and they used one of my videos against me.
Damn.
Yeah,
Imagine
dude,
fucking defending a rapist, bro. Like, fucking
dude,
how low life, dude.
yeah, dude, it was so crazy. So my prosecuting team is going back and forth with the defense, whatever, and they're like, okay, sentencing time. He got sentenced for like assault and battery and like two other charges. I forget the other two. I should have
Right.
brought the paperwork for this live, but yeah, man. Now it's my time to go up to say my victim speech. So I
Yeah.
get to go up in front of this colonel, the judge, and he's on my left hand side. I just remember, dude, I was so like nervous, and they're like, okay, say what you want to say. And I said it, did a little, you got to do a little bio about yourself. So I did like the whole spiel. And
Yeah.
then I was like, whatever. And I was like, you know what? In my statement, I want to look at him in the face directly. So I literally said in my speech, I would like to address Sergeant First Class Myers at this time. And I just turn and I'm facing towards him now. And I'm reading like this 2 paragraphs of just fucking going in, dude. And there's nothing he can do about it. And
Yeah.
I'm just going in. And then I turned to the judge and I kind of threw a shot at the judge because I'm still in. So I don't know if no. He made a questionable call the last case that he had that I was aware of.
Okay.
Let's just say if we had that judge and I said fuck the plea deal, we're gonna full on court martial.
Yeah.
I think he would have found a reason for us to lose, for me to lose, because he did that to somebody else in previous case, which was a very clear, like that person did it, but somehow still found him innocent.
Okay.
Which I'll be talking about on my TikTok eventually when
Yeah.
I'm full. But yeah. Anyways, man, went up there. Basically told the judge respectfully to do his job and to not look at him as a sergeant first class, but to look at him as a man and stuff like that. And after that, yeah, they did the sentenced him to whatever. They deducted him to E6 for retirement, which,
Mm-hmm.
if you know, that's a big gap. 6 to 7, dude.
Yeah.
Retirement wise, like that's huge. So he has a criminal record of these three things, and he got reduction to E6.
Yeah.
So court martial ends, dude. I remember this fucking judge, dude. He looked at that platoon sergeant in the face and was like, reading through your files, I just want to say, I know what it was like. So I guess they were deployed to Iraq at the same time in the same AO. And he goes, I know what it was like in Route Orange or something like that in Iraq
Right.
back in the
Right.
day. He goes, I just want to say thank you for your service. I know how hard it was out there, and I really appreciate for what you guys did for us back there. Remind you, he's talking to a rapist,
Yeah.
and he told him, thank you for your service. And I just looked at the judge and I was just like, like, you're a piece of shit for that. You're going to do that in front of the victim, which, I really don't care. It wasn't like I was.
No, I would care. I would give a
Yeah,
fuck.
I mean, it was more of the
You're supposed to be impartial as the judge.
yeah, exactly. Not thank a rapist for his service. It was really
Yeah.
weird. And after that, that was it, man. Court martial ended, and I just remember walking out. I was like, the world lifted off my shoulders, dude, because it was just constant CID interviews, like doing these memos for fucking certain things, and just everything that goes into a court martial, man. It was stressful.
Yeah. Patrick Myers, you can eat shit, and so can the judge. I don't know your name yet, but once I get it, you're
Yeah, it'll
fucked.
come out. It'll come out.
Yeah. Dude, I know how stressful it could be talking to a CID. I had to do it too in 2016, but mine was nothing like yours. I didn't. It was my friend. He shot a bunch of people in Houston, so I
Oh,
had to talk
Jesus.
to. Yeah, he was our mutual probably knows him, but he died that day. And I reported it, and I had talked to the FBI, and then I had talked to the CID and stuff. But I know it's stressful, man. It's definitely hard. It's definitely not. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
rough.
it was rough, man, but
Definitely not how your army career should have went.
yeah, dude, it was that really. I always say my career ended in 2021. 2021 was a bad year.
Yeah,
That happened, the whole drama, the court martial, a lot of, dude, on that Afghan mission, that refugee mission. I know we're talking about it through text.
yeah,
Dude, a lot of fucking dudes killed themselves that mission, man. A lot of guys throughout the brigade. We had 3 in 1 week just in my company, dude.
yeah,
Everybody was just going down, man. It was a horrible time for that company in
yeah.
2021.
It's crazy too, man. You still stuck it out for like 4 more years too. Was it like after the case? Did you kind of feel like, hey, maybe I can make a run for this, or you were just like, nah, I'm like, we're just kind of cruising?
So I wanted to make another run. I was like, okay, that's done and over with. Campbell's a new thing. So I went back to a Campbell unit that was already deployed. I was all right, cool. And they're like, hey, they need the numbers over there. You're gonna go to Europe with these
And this is
guys.
what 2022.
This was 2023 already.
Oh shit, dude! You
Yeah,
only
this
got
was
like 2 more
23.
years left. Okay.
Yeah, this was 23 already, and deploy with the 101st to at first Romania. They were in Romania, but my company got selected to go to Kosovo for
Nice,
Afghan mission part 2.
nice.
So the same Afghan mission that we are doing at Bliss, we did in Kosovo, Camp Bondsteel over there, which was, it was cool. It brought back a lot of bad memories though. Dude, there
Right.
was a lot of stuff that happened in that camp that was just, shitty. I got to see a lot of shitty things, man, and it took a toll on me. And
Yeah.
to do that a second time was just like, dude, what the fuck? And but it was also cool, man, because I really got to learn what it was like, or what it's truly a blessing to be an American, right? I remember these kids in the Kosovo Afghan camp. Dude, he was probably like 11 and his brother was like 8,
Yeah.
alone in Kosovo by themselves. His parents are still in Afghanistan. There's nobody but these 2 brothers right here. And they got denied to come to the US.
Yeah.
And I don't know where they went, but I like shit like that, man. I'm like, dude, I cried one night after all these people and what they did. A lot of people, fucking worked for us in Afghanistan and stuff like that, and they got denied. And I was like, dude,
Yeah.
this little kid had nothing to do with whatever, right? So it was tough, man. Um,
Yeah.
to see that, people are willing to do crazy things in Afghanistan to come to America and work for us, and they get denied.
Yeah. It's they have obviously it's a different culture over there too. Did you see any of that stuff? Like I know they have like, right, everybody talks about the Afghan pedophilia stuff that they do there and everything. I don't know if they were doing it on there. I know they obviously they did it when I was over there.
Yeah.
But like, did you
So
hear of that stuff going on or anything like that?
the first camp, yeah, the first
Yeah.
camp, because we had 22,000 by the time it was all said and done. I believe it was like a 6 month, 5 6 month mission at that uh, Donna Anna over there at Bliss.
Yeah, that's
six
the
months
actual term.
long. Yep. And I saw a lot of that, dude. A lot of pedophile shit, man, and how they treat women over there, what their
Yeah.
fucking beliefs are. I
Dude, it's wild.
remember it's scary, man. Dude, it
Dude,
was
yeah.
like,
Dude, I tell women all the time over here, you do not know how lucky you are you get to talk back to me. I'm like, because it's somewhere else, like this ain't happening over there. I'm telling you right now.
dude, it was crazy. I remember one girl, I actually posted it on my Instagram story or my post where, over there women are treated like shit, like you said.
Yeah.
And there was a girl. I was on guard one night. Girl came running up to our guard post, dude, and like half her fucking face looks like somebody just put it in the gravel dirt and just ran with her.
Yeah.
And dude, it was just all butchered. And I just looked at my boy. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And I picked her up, sprinted her to the fucking medical place, stayed with her. They were fucking doing everything they could to work on her. And we got word. We couldn't confirm, but we got word that it was her dad that did it. And supposedly they called her dad the crazy one. And after that, man, I mean, it broke me mentally because you start to see that there's rapes going on. They attacked one of our MPs, to like 4 Afghan men attacked one of our female MPs that were out there. You saw how freaking perverted they were trying to sneak into the women's prayer room that we had. So then we had to put guards outside of the women's, where they pray.
Yeah.
And you got to see like what the fuck, dude. There's prostitution rings going on in the bathroom, like fucking men on little boy stuff. Like
Yeah.
it was fucking nuts, man.
Yeah. Dude, he's not judging them, right? Like he's actually experiencing this shit. And this is what I try to tell him. This is their culture. That is the culture.
That dude, that's what I tell people, man. And it's just a cold reality. And I feel most Americans don't understand that because they have yet to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
man. It was so crazy, man. It was
Yeah.
a lot of stuff happened over there, and it was whatever. I mean, it'll always be a part of me for sure. A lot
Yeah.
of fucked up shit happened, and
Yeah.
yeah, man, that was it. Kosovo did that other thing, and that was it. And
Yeah, I think you made a
yeah,
post, right? Like you made a TikTok video about like, "Hey, I'm getting out of the army."
yeah, I definitely did.
Dude, hey,
I
you
made a
got that
couple.
shit down packed, dude. Like I wish I can even get like a good video. I can't even do that, dude. So
Dude, I literally for all my TikTok videos, I just literally set my phone up on the freaking gear,
yeah.
press record, and then talk. But dude, it takes like me like 5 to 8 videos to get everything right and what I want to say. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
takes that go into it.
The realization of getting out of the military, what did you what's the word I'm looking for here? What was your mindset? Like, hey, I'm completely done with this. I'm happy with it. Or what? Did you have some bitterness towards it? Or
So there was a reason why I was already thinking about getting out.
yeah.
So I mean, I feel like I need to give them a shout out because tomorrow's March 14th, the 2nd-year anniversary of one of my best friends. So we get back to the States, right? We're doing our thing, dude,
Uh-huh.
and it was nonstop. We actually, a couple months later, after getting home from the 101 deployment, we ended up going to West Point, New
Oh,
York,
nice.
to train with the cadets. So as soon as we get off of leave, they pull us all in and like, hey, dude, we're going to West Point. Don't get too comfortable. Like, fuck it, okay. Like, whatever. It's gonna suck, but hey, it's New York. I've never been there, so I'd like to see how West Point does it, and then obviously New York City if I have time. And as I'm going, March 14th happened, which nobody knew about. What really made me decide to get out was I was at my boy's house apartment one day, and I get a phone call from one of my boys. He's like, "Hey, dude, did you hear the news?" I was like, "What?" He goes, "Ham just got killed." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?" He goes, "Yeah, he got killed in Ukraine on March 14th, but we're barely finding out about it. He actually died in Russia. He was within the borders of Russia, but best friend of mine, right? Staff Sergeant Cedric Ham, dude, best fucking friend, dude. Like, solid guy, like all around good dude. Got out the
Yeah.
army, ended up volunteering to go to Ukraine, and
Yeah.
was with one of the legions over there. So he got killed, dude. I remember like I sat there, I was like, okay. And then I was like, I was drinking with my boy. I was like, hey, dude, I need to go to bed. Like, can I crash here? And I told him what happened. And he's like, all right, dude, like, let me know. You need anything? I had a delayed reaction to it. Obviously, news was still coming in about what exactly happened. And I get the word of what happened and the full story of exactly how he got killed. Um, and dude, I just fucking broke down, dude. I was in a very bad mental state for months because he was my best friend, but it was one of the biggest regretful relationships that I've had due to how our relationship kind of ended, I guess, over
Yeah.
stupid bullshit. Stupid bullshit. Like those movies that you see where two brothers are like fighting over
Yeah.
bullshit and then just one fucking dies and the other one's like, what the fuck? It was like that, man. It hurt a lot, dude. I went down for months a deep rabbit hole of fucking drinking, like couldn't contain myself, dude. I had to run out of work, because it just all built up, just started crying, ran to my car so nobody would see. I mean, it was real bad, man. And at that point, I was like, okay, this one hurts. I don't want to know anybody. I just want to get out now.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that was kind of my final decision. I mean, you know how it is. You bounce on it, whether
Yeah,
you're
it's
gonna
hard.
stay in, stay
Yeah.
out. There was a lot of things that I didn't agree with at Campbell. Actually, we'll talk about that here soon. Yeah, man, that took a toll on me. West Point, dude, I was fucked up. I felt bad for the cadets because we like senior guys, right? Team leaders got to get their own group of cadets and teach them land nav. Dude, I was hard on them. I was very fucking hard on them because I had this mindset of if he can get killed, which dude, he was so fucking good physically and fit, knew his job, just a great infantryman. So I snapped in that mindset of like kind of like this payback mindset, knowing that it was never going to happen.
Yeah, it was like a standard, right? You're like, nobody's ever gonna meet this standard, right?
Yep, exactly. So I'm like, nobody's going to beat it, but that's just more motivation to keep fucking going.
Yeah.
And dude, I was hard on those guys, man. I really put them in the mindset of you guys are the future fucking leaders and you better be fucking sharp at your job because you're going to get fucking people killed. Dude,
Yeah.
I'll tell them straight up and they would be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I
It's
know a
true
lot
though.
of them. Yeah, it's very true. And I
Yeah.
was very hard on them, but yeah, then we got back from West Point and I was still, this time I got to experience it more because now the train stopped, I guess. Things started to slow down with the op tempo. So I
Yeah,
had to
that's the worst
deal,
part.
dude, exactly. It amplified more, man. Like, dude, there was times where I thought about killing myself, man. Like, I was like, dude, this hurts so much. It felt like I was on fire.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I just want this shit to end. And, went down the deep rabbit hole and kind of came to. I was like, I want to make another run, which I tried. And this is where social media really comes into me um, kind of destroying my own career.
Hey man, you're
So
popular, dude. You know.
yeah, I mean that's all that matters, man. Like I said, I mean Campbell. Everybody knew who I was. I was an Army mustache guy. I was a guy that talked about that. Dude, dude, I had a thick, dude, literally like this fucking thick, dude. Nobody
Yeah.
gave a fuck. Nobody said anything. Made a TikTok video like that one day, dude, about a 25-mile ruck march that my battalion does.
I think I remember that one, dude. I think I remember it.
Yeah, dude, I got a lot of flack for that because I guess, long story short, a master sergeant on that post had a TikTok too, and like made videos about me, and then she called my brigade command team like his mustache is out of regs and this and that. Made a whole big deal about it, dude. Brigade got involved. Like, I got a letter of concern for that TikTok video. Um, you know,
That's
whatever.
wild work, dude.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, they came at me pretty hard. Then social media started to get really big, and this is where they put me on gate guard. I was on gate guard for 6 months, dude.
Oh
Just
wow.
scanning cat cards because
Yeah.
how big, dude. I couldn't go anywhere, and I don't really have a. If you think about it, I don't have a big platform compared to like Viva La Vargas
Nah, you have
or
a big platform, dude. No, don't cut yourself short here,
dude,
all
well, I
right?
mean, compared to like these guys that are like, no shit, like have way more
Yeah.
followers than I do and stuff like that. But
Yeah, bro,
also,
but you
again,
got like I'm looking at your shit right now, bro. You got like thousands of views on shit. Like one video I'm looking right here, 46,000, 109,000.
Well, dude, I mean, I get it. There's ones that have, I think, like 3 million. The further you go lower, there's a lot
Yeah,
that
that's
you start to
wild,
get in the
dude.
millions.
Dude,
Yeah,
how do you expect not to for people to know you, dude? Like, that's
dude,
crazy.
it was so wild. Well, I got put into a book because of that, because of TikTok. I got put into a book for something I said funny on TikTok. I mean, dude, people taking pictures with me, like, I mean, it was cool. It was a cool experience. Obviously, Command did not like that because all my videos are raw. I say it how it is. I don't
Yeah.
sugarcoat it, and it came back to bite me in the ass. And this is where um, I ended up getting barred from re-enlistment.
Oh, that's why you got out then.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes and no, because they. We'll get into that story right now. Fuck it. Yeah, well, fuck it. Might as well jump into it. So I get off gate guard, right, dude. I was on gate guard for 6 months, dude. Scanning cat cards. That was it. That's your place of duty, at least Fort Campbell
Yeah.
Gate Guard. Your place of duty. So I belonged to them, but it was cool. I got out of all the major training events. Got out of JRTC because I
They didn't have to
belong.
go, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I belong to division now. So I'm not gonna get too into it because I'm still active duty. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, I get
Um,
it, dude. I'll wait. I can wait 2 weeks.
yeah, I'm not gonna say any names. I'm just gonna say what happened, and just want to say I'm not bashing anybody. But I was like, okay, I need to get my GT score up, so I'm off gate guard. I want to go to selection. That is the only way I can bounce back,
From this.
promotion wise, career wise, is to go to selection. So I'm in fast class, BSEP class, whatever it's known as, to get my GT score up. And that summer, while I was on gate guard, I was dating somebody, uh, and she knew somebody that has a TikTok platform too, bigger than mine.
Nah.
And yeah, I got word that this
This
individual,
army person?
yeah, yeah, it's a
Okay,
captain.
okay. Oh,
He's a captain.
he's a captain. Okay.
Yeah, um, he ended up messaging my girlfriend some explicit stuff, some pictures, and I
She's
was
not
like,
in.
she got out. She had just gotten out. She was in and had
Okay,
just
okay.
gotten out. Yeah. So, yeah, whatever. I kind of exchanged words with him, over the phone. As a captain, he gets caught sending nudes to my girlfriend. Mind you, he knows we're together, and starts calling me a clown, that I'm a joke, starts taunting me, starts doing all this shit. And I'm like, okay, like, eventually our paths are going to cross again. Eventually. So let it be. Didn't say anything. Um, then a few months later in September, I see a video that he posted. He ended up calling out this PFC, something like that commented on his post and basically told the PFC, hey, kind of watch who you're talking to. I'm a captain. Whatever, pulling his rank. Be careful what you post on social media, is what he said.
Dude,
I was like, oh, I was like,
I just want to
oh,
say something, dude. This is the wildest thing ever to be in the army during this time. But go ahead, dude. Dude, this is
dude,
crazy, dude.
I was like, oh, okay. You want to bash us PFC, right? You want to try to use your rank. Um, I got you. So what did I do? I put my fucking phone on the,
Yeah.
in the car, and I didn't say his name, but everybody knew who I was talking about because they saw the videos. Not in Regs posted his video. Um, I made a video about him, and I was like,
Dude, this is crazy. All right,
I was
go ahead, dude.
I was like, you wanna sit here and correct people? I was like, but how about you tell your followers what you did to me? I was like, I have a personal connection with you.
Yeah.
Um, and I basically said that you were sending my girlfriend explicit pictures, this and that. I have all these text messages, all these, dude, showed all these screenshots.
Yeah.
of what he did. I don't know if you're trying to look for it now,
I
but I
am.
had
I
to,
sure am, dude.
dude. I'll send it. I'll send it to you, dude. Because I had to take it down.
Well, we can take it back up. So,
Dude, yeah, dude, fucking, dude. So I ended up calling him out, and that first video blew up. Blew up so big. And then, dude, what started to happen was everybody knew who I was talking about in the Mill Talk community. I started getting messages from girls, random girls that I don't know, because I found out and I called him out in the video too. I was like, "You were doing all this to me." I was like, "Aren't you married?" I was like, "You can't do that, right? In the
oh,
army?"
I think I know who you're talking about, but yeah, go ahead, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, man, fucking. So all these girls started messaging me, and I was like, "Hey, can I please screenshot this and print it? I want to do it for my next video. Make another video, send it." And I was like, today in the video, I was like, today I'd like to provide proof of everything that I said was true about this person and this and that. And dude, I showed everything, man. Everything. All the texts saying he was admitting to that he was married, like admitting he did what he did. I'm like, you're a leader in this organization and this is what you're doing. And then you're using your rank to try to hide behind that.
Damn, this is dude. You had the wildest career
Dude, yeah,
ever, dude.
a lot happened, dude, and it got bad. So, I'm just gonna say it how it is. He ended up calling um, IG on me. He called
Oh,
the MPs on me. Um, he called command. I'm not gonna say who. There was a whole big thing. Called my command, and I was told to take the videos down, and I did. They were like, "Hey, nothing's gonna happen." By the way, if you're watching, I have all this on sworn statements, so I'm not lying, right? I'm
yeah,
just saying how it is. They were like, "Hey, take these videos down. Nothing's gonna happen to you." Hey,
yeah.
Roger that. Cool. Dude, 2 weeks later, they were like, "Hey, we're gonna bar you." I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" I'm like, "Where's this coming from?" I'm like, "Oh, well, fucking his command's getting involved. We gotta bar you." I'm not gonna say exactly too much because I'm still in, and there's a lot of details that I'm leaving out of things that happened. But yeah, they ended up barring me or tried to.
Dude, they need to bar
So,
him.
well, dude, exactly. I just wanted some accountability, right? Like, hey, we're both wrong. Granted, I shouldn't have done that. I should have went to, the proper chain, but I didn't, and it is what it is. But
Man,
you got
this
to
is
come at us
tough.
both.
This is tough because, like, I feel like you're only wrong for the like all the other information. Probably like the initial stuff though, like it's not wrong. You
Mhm.
know, like he's a fucking idiot too. Like, dude, I can't
Yeah,
even explain. He's just dumb, dude. Like,
yeah. I don't know why he would have done that because he knew I had a platform too,
yeah.
and but yeah, man,
Is
he
he still in? Do you know?
yeah, he's still on. Yep.
Oh, dude, you're done, dude. Like this guy's done. Dude, oh my
Dude,
gosh, dude. Hey,
so that
you're dragging me into the weird world, man. This is crazy.
yeah,
Oh,
dude,
go ahead.
it was crazy, man, because right, so that situation kicks off. I find out I'm getting barred. I'm like, okay, obviously I want to rebuttal. They timed it so perfectly because now the army has a 90-day reenlistment window.
Yeah.
So if you're within 90 days, you can't reenlist. So the time that they took to do, dude, they were taking their time with the bar. It is what
Yeah.
it is, right? It went into the 90-day window. So either way, I can't reenlist.
Right.
So at that point in time, I was like, dude, if you guys are willing to cover up like what he did, like I don't want anything to do with the fucking army anymore. Now put the nail in the coffin of I just want to leave, get out because of this. I want some leadership accountability. Right. And I obviously from my background, what happened to me with the court martial, I don't want leaders to take advantage of something over because of their rank.
Right.
And that's exactly what he did, man. And but it gets better, man. They so I get my final bar rating
Yeah.
and they're officially barring me. And I go into the BC's office, you know,
Uh-huh.
dress blues, all decked out, and he goes through the whole spiel. Respect to that battalion commander. For the guys that watching that are in my unit, I won't say his name, but respect to that guy. I really respect him because he came at me from, you guys are both wrong. You're not just wrong for making the video. He's wrong for doing what he did. Because I just want you to know what I did for you. He contacted like some high fucking general that is like in charge of him, I guess, and was like, I gave him everything that you told me and put it in paper. And now it's sitting at this general's office. Whatever he decides to do with that is up to him. But he goes, just know, like, he's currently under investigation. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, hey, thank you for doing that. I was like, I just wanted somebody to see it from my side because the entire time it's my fault. You shouldn't have done that. But he did what he did and it was perfectly fine.
Yeah,
And
you can
nobody
send
got in on.
nudes, you can do whatever you want,
Yeah, you
and
can do whatever you want. And I'm just like, thank you. Okay, read me my bar. Okay, yes, sign here. Cool. I want some accountability, and I got it. Thank you for that. And yeah, man, that's as far as I know. Under investigation. Um, it is what it is. I mean, dude, there's a lot that happened with that situation. So I don't know if you've seen the videos of me on TikTok about being stalked, um, and stuff like that. So, dude, I have this stalker on TikTok for like the past, fuck, dude, almost a year now. So
yeah.
I have a feeling I know who this person is. This person has been, dude, they, because of social media, people hate you, right? Like I'm sure on your platform, you might get some negative comments, right? You're always going to get these people that are negative comments.
Yeah.
And I've been dealing with that. This person, we know who it is. It's very obvious who it is. He kind of gave himself up, by certain things. But yeah, man, dude,
Yeah.
I've had this stalker, man, where they've been putting me in a Clarksville, are we dating the same guy? Fucking thing. Dude, they posted me in there, obviously, right? I'm with this
Yeah.
girl, that's gonna rattle her. So right off the rip, there's problems between me and her. And they start messaging her from fake accounts. They start messaging me from fake accounts. They got her phone number. They got my phone number. Dude, they were making about outrageous lies. We're going to tell your girl you got a restraining order. You beat
Yeah.
women. You got your charge of domestic violence. You got fucking STDs. Like they were throwing everything
Well,
at me, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. And yeah, fucking, yeah, dude, it got scary, man, because they reached out to her one day through a fake account and they knew what color car I drove. They said he took me on a date to this place. And obviously that looks real. It looks like I'm fucking cheating. It does. And I understand that. And I was like, oh, okay. So now I have to think, dude, how can I prove my innocence? I have to think like a lawyer now. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm cheating on you, you know I pay for everything. Ask them what date this was. And we'll go through my bank statements right now. What, what's in my car that only you would know if you were in my car? And there's certain things in my car that I have that, again, if you were passenger side, you would see, or like, memorial bracelet. What bracelet is he wearing? They couldn't, you know, identify those things, which if
Yeah.
you're around me, you would know. That was the only way I was able to prove my innocence of doing that, man. Dude, it got bad, and then she got a voicemail one day. Um, she got a voicemail, and now iPhone does the thing where if they put you on hold, it asks you for your name and what do you want. So it'd be like, please state your name and why you are calling or whatever.
Yeah.
This person name dropped themselves on this voicemail,
Nice.
and yeah, we know. I mean, we know who it is. Yeah.
Dude, you've had the wildest career
Yeah, dude, it's been a hell of a
ever,
ride.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
And look where you're at now, dude. Like, dude, this is crazy, man. This is one of the craziest episodes I've had ever, dude.
Yeah, dude. That so I saw a comment on, I think the first time you posted me on your platform, where
Yeah,
I think a guy commented like, "Oh, I can't believe this is happening," kind of dissing, you know,
yeah,
whatever the E4 thing. And I was like, dude, just wait, like until you hear everything that I'm about to say. And if you say this isn't wild, then I don't know, because this
yeah,
is all pretty wild.
yeah. No, I have no problem talking to the senior specialist or whatever, dude. I mean, I took me 5 years to get promoted, so
Mhm.
um, but dude, this is one of the wildest army careers I've heard of
Yeah,
ever,
dude, it's so
dude. But
unfortunate
it's
because
corruption at its finest, dude.
well, that's another thing, man. I've seen, whether it was at Fort Bliss and there was other situations of like corruption,
Yeah,
or you know where I'm at now, where I'm like, I don't agree with that. Like, even, dude, I mean, I don't know if you saw my a video that I did, but when I launch my, podcast,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything's gonna come out. I have sworn statements from everything, every single counseling, and I can sit here and say, "Well, you just canceled yourself by saying that because you said this." There's a
Right.
lot of people that are gonna be like, eh, I don't know. I feel like they really try to shut me down. To be honest with you, certain people try to shut down.
Yeah, man. It seems like you had the target on your back since you got in, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's been, and it's so crazy, man, because I wanted to be an infantryman. That's
Yeah.
all I ever fucking wanted to do. And what I get it, the popular guy. But don't look at me as a guy on the, you know, on fucking
On the
TikTok.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah, like when it comes time to fucking work, besides the stupid shit, I'm down to be a fucking infantryman. Like, send it. But I always got looked at as, that's the social media guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's wild.
honestly, before this conversation, that's what I thought. Like, before getting to know you and everything, I was like, oh, it's just another specialist bitching on the fucking internet. But
Mm,
like us getting to know each other and stuff, I'm like, wow, dude, like it's not the case at all, man. You've been handed a lot of things and you've had to deal with it, and
yeah,
honestly, I don't see how anybody wouldn't deal with the way you went about things.
yeah. Because at that point, the only reason why, like, I drove to social media is because nobody would fucking hear me out.
Yeah.
Like, nobody would say anything to be like, "Hey, this is," like the 25 miler that we did. Our battalion did it because, hey, this is what we're gonna do in Ukraine. Like, it was a whole like mock Ukraine mission.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, my best friend just got killed in Ukraine. I know a lot of people over there. If we do this, we're all going to die. You're telling
Yeah.
me we're gonna do a battalion like formation into Ukraine? Like, we're gonna die. And that was my only point. But
Right.
obviously, they were more worried about my mustache than what I was saying. So
Yeah. Damn, dude. Man, wild career, man. Yeah, dude. I appreciate you coming on the show and talking about everything, and I'm excited for the next 2 weeks. I live for this drama. No, I don't, but I just, I really, dude. I'm interested in how you're gonna present it because it's kind of, it's just there's so much information, and then it's just like, how are we gonna? Like,
yeah.
I'm like antsy right now, man. I want to know what the hell.
Yeah, man. So there's a lot of planning that is going into that because there's so much information. Like, even, this week I got hit up like, "Hey, dude, like, when are you going to talk about this or what happened with this?" I'm like, "Hey, man, I got you. Like, don't worry about it. It's going to be talked about."
Yeah,
But like you said, there's so much stuff that I have to perfectly structure.
yeah.
And what I'm thinking about doing is like chopping it up into like segments at
No,
first,
yeah, that's a good idea.
and
Dude, I'm telling you, you got the fucking TikTok thing down packed though, bro. Like you can like, I think that is your niche, bro. Like if you even did like all this stuff, everything you're gonna do on TikDok, it's gonna go viral, dude. It's
yeah,
wild,
dude,
man.
I
I'm over
I
here
hope
thinking
so.
like, damn, I'm talking to a viral TikToker, dude. Like I'm a nobody. I just started talking to people, trying to get people to be cool again, and Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
talking to a
dude.
viral TikToker, dude. Like it's crazy.
It's so crazy because you know, our mutual, when I told him, I was like, hey dude, I think I can do this podcast thing. And he goes, dude, I know somebody. He goes, I'm gonna put you in contact with him. And what, that
Yeah,
was already what,
that was over a year
couple
ago.
months ago? Yeah, dude, that was a while ago already.
That
Where
was a
I'm
year
like,
ago. Yeah, you were still in. I think. Yeah, you were still in when you
yep.
hit me up.
Yeah, I'm
And then
like,
I
yeah,
I
dude.
only knew
Send it.
you from the talk, dude. So
Yeah.
actually, it was weird because you hit me up on Facebook, and then I was like,
Mhm.
"Who the fuck is this guy?" And then finally, when I found out your first name, I was like, "Oh shit, this is him. This is the same guy."
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It was pretty cool. It was pretty fucking cool to see. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. Let's send it and fucking
Yeah.
see what happens, man.
No, yeah, dude. I appreciate you coming on my show, man, and talking. And I mean, dude, honestly, I hope we stay friends and everything like that, man. You can always hit me up. You have my phone number, dude. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you're not even that far from me. We'll talk about it, how far you are and stuff
Yeah, absolutely.
offline and everything like that.
Yeah, we'll go into more detail. I definitely got to send you a few texts and videos of, you know,
Yeah.
certain things that we talked about so I can give you more of an inside scoop. Obviously, not do that here, but definitely offline.
Oh, we're gonna do it at some point. We're gonna do it at some point.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you're not far because you're what, San Antonio, right?
yeah, area, the San Antonio area. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like in the Rockwall area, so like just 25 minutes north of Dallas.
Oh, okay, okay. That's not
Yeah,
bad
so
then.
not far at all.
Yeah, dude. Hopefully, if this thing works out, man, I'm definitely. I want to do this. Save the VFW tour,
Oh, dude,
and I
that'd
was
be
gonna have
fucking
like,
sick.
yeah, I was gonna have like people come on and vendors and shit like that. So, definitely, man. But yeah, dude. Thank you for coming on the live, bro. I appreciate you sharing your story, and good luck on your journey. From here on out, whatever you plan on doing. I know we kind of talked about some stuff that you plan on doing, but whatever you need, man, you can hit me up, man. You got me here, dude. I know we talked about like people, you can't really reach out to, but you got me,
Mhm.
dude. Like I'm here for you, bro.
Well, I definitely appreciate it, man. I appreciate you having me on, sharing my story, and kind of getting what others didn't see from my social medias. I'm just a man, just a regular dude with a
Yeah,
crazy career. That's it. Nothing crazy. And like I said, when I launch mine eventually, once I'm officially out, definitely do. I would love to have you on because, like I said, I know, yeah, at least from that deployment, from what our mutual has told us, it was pretty chaotic. So I'd like to hear more about that from your perspective.
yeah. My friend wants me to write a book because I was the youngest in our platoon and I was the
Oh,
doc. So,
damn.
but uh, I don't know, man. I'm not much of a writer. So,
Nah, dude.
but yeah, dude, I haven't talked to anybody about it. People have been asking me to talk about what I've done and everything like that. I
Mhm.
haven't I haven't talked to anybody about it,
Yeah.
really, just my friends. So, yeah, man,
Okay.
I appreciate it, dude, and, thank you so much, and, thank you guys for tuning in to this live. Don't forget, episodes drop every Wednesday. We're gonna have another live. This one you might like, dude. I'm gonna have another live in 2 weeks. It's gonna be, called Mapping the War, and this guy I know, he mapped out the whole Iraq war, Afghanistan war, all the
Oh
way from
shit.
Alexander the Great.
Oh damn. That's
Yeah, so
definitely be fucking interesting.
yeah, so and then he's like he done the Iran thing. He's done all of it. So it's gonna be a
Nice.
big series, dude. So, but yeah,
Perfect,
Fabian, I
dude.
appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. Do you have anything else to say, man? Drop whatever you gotta say.
No, we're good, man. Like I said, I really appreciate you having me.
Yeah, check him out on TikTok. I know he's more active on TikTok. The Cool Specialist, as his name is here on here, and the Regular Show podcast. Correct? You're gonna do it at some point.
Correct. Yep.
Our Regular Show podcast. Hit him up on TikTok, and that's it. Thank you, everybody.
Peace, guys.
Dude, good job.